Hello everyone, welcome back to Ask a Scientist Gaming, where we combine mediocre gameplay with expert science. I'm Ken Hansen, Associate Professor in the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry at Florida State University. I'm a photochemist/photophysicist. I shine light on molecules and materials and then track where that light energy goes and try to do something useful with that energy, like make and break bonds, move electrons around, move protons around, so on and so forth. But more importantly, joining me today is Dr. Eugene DePrince. Eugene, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Hi, I'm Eugene DePrince. I'm a professor in the Chemistry and Biochemistry Department at FSU with Ken. I started in 2013, 11 years ago, same year as this guy. I am a theorist. I'm an electronic structure theorist. Am I too far from the microphone?
Yeah, let's move that closer.
That's better. I'm an electronic structure theorist, which means I develop theories and algorithms and computer software for modeling how electrons behave in materials and molecules, so you can make predictions about chemical reactions and different properties for molecules. So someone like Ken doesn't have to go in lab and make measurements. We could just predict them ahead of time.
We still measure them, just to make sure.
That's the goal, Ken.
Yeah, no, that is. If you could do everything in silico, that would be awesome. What do you typically teach?
I teach, usually at the undergraduate level, I'll teach our quantum mechanics course. It's the second course in the physical chemistry sequence, at least at FSU. And then for graduate courses, I teach quantum mechanics, grad quantum mechanics. Or this last year, I taught a programming for chemists and biochemist class, where we did Python programming mainly.
Nice. Equally, if not more important, what game are we starting with?
We're going to start with Fall Guys, which is a free game on the Switch. So once you have a Switch, it's free.
All right.
And I guess I'm just supposed to start playing.
Just dive in.
Okay.
It's just so awkward when it's silent.
I agree with
It's
you.
uncomfortable, and it shouldn't be that way. Games need music.
I agree with you.
But
the music in Space Invaders is not music.
according to the music theorist,
What
it
is
is in fact music.
What do they know?
So, who was that? Julian Grasso, a music theorist. Well, one of our guests used one of the factoids or predictions. I don't remember what it was, but Space Invaders was the first game to have a soundtrack. And the argument was that, one, it has a tempo, that cadence changes, it correlates with the gameplay, which is completely coincidental, which you could talk about, I guess, why it speeds up as you go. But her other argument was, or the popular argument in that venue is, in space you couldn't actually hear the music. So it's not actually happening in-game. Those sound effects are happening.
Oh, they're for you. That's a stretch.
That's not believable.
Whoops, and now I'm on the wrong side.
Oof.
Yeah, so everybody knows that the little spaceships speed up as you start to kill them in Space Invaders, and apparently that was not. Wouldn't say it was unintentional, but it was just a consequence of the hardware that was used at the time. So the computers were really slow, and as the game progressed, there were less little sprites to render, so the program went faster. So then that's why they sped up as they go. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, what I love about that, well, one, it's accidental, but two, that is a critical mechanism in the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like if it didn't have that, that game would have never been as popular as it was.
Yeah.
And presumably they knew that, or were they running on better computers than the home system? I don't know.
Don't know. No way to know without a time machine.
They're still alive.
Oh, look at this. That's fun.
Yeah, so those of you not familiar with Fall Guys, this is basically, what, American Ninja Warrior or Wipeout or...
We're very uncoordinated little blobs. Woohoo!
I'm sure glad we got the sound effects, so you didn't have to
I think I was pretty faithful to them.
Oh, man.
Okay, I don't know how to do this. So I'll go this way. Oh, man, you get pushed off.
Did you figure out how to grab people yet? Just try it.
Took his arms out.
Oh, no.
I was eliminated.
You have to beat at least one of these before we move on.
Like the whole thing, all four levels or whatever.
Survive.
I finished the first one, and then I wasn't paying attention in round
We're not
two.
watching them. But yeah, if you guys want to distract Eugene while he plays games, he's happy to talk about quantum mechanics or helium or hydrogen chains or
All
computing.
Fun fact: as a quantum chemist, we pride ourselves in doing very precise calculations, but that means that we can't treat very large systems. So that's why Ken's making fun of me, talking about helium and hydrogen chains.
I mean, but accurately.
But accurately.
Now you did what? Cesium fluoride? What was the
Lithium fluoride,
Lithium.
which Mike Shatruck, one of our colleagues, referred to as an angry molecule.
Is that covalent?
No, I think it was magnesium fluoride.
Okay. Is that covalent or ionic?
Great question. I'll go with covalent.
I don't know the actual answer.
It was magnesium fluoride radical, yeah.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, what a fun system. And that's gas phase.
Gas phase, single molecule. But the point, it's like proof of principle calculations.
Yeah. Somebody could measure it eventually. Or I suppose they have measurements. Do you compare versus experimental benchmarks?
Not in that paper, but oftentimes we will compare. So Steve, my postdoc, and I just resubmitted a paper today where we compare calculated spectroscopic constants like harmonic frequencies and anharmonicity constants to experimentally obtain values. And they can be very accurate, like within a wave number, which is a very small error.
Does this just stay on the map? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think so. And there's these little balls will explode.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And you can pick. Victory!
That was quick. You take those.
Yeah, so we compare to experiment sometimes.
So going back to your class, you did a computer programming class. How did that? That was the first time you taught it.
Yeah, and I prepared. Bridget, my wife, is faculty at FSU as well, and she's a teacher. She's very good at teaching. And so she was making fun of me and how I prepared for this course. I made like 2 weeks worth of lectures, and she said, "This is so pointless. You're going to get in there and you have no idea how fast the class is going to move." And so I got in there, and it took us like, I don't know, a month to cover what I thought was going to take a week in the class. But anyway, for that part of the course, we just learned really basic Python stuff like for loops and opening files and reading stuff from files, writing to files, simple math.
So Sachin and Brian Quave both said Python is the go-to now.
Yeah, it's incredibly easy to write something from scratch, and there's a lot of tools that are libraries you can import to do basic functions, so you don't have to write them yourself.
What is that sound? Oh my god. I apologize, headphone users, if that got loud. Can't control the angry little pink guy.
Woo!
So this is the second round or the third round?
This is the second round of this one, I think.
I respect the creativity of video game makers. Speaking of games, in your class, you had your students make.
Yeah, so for the way I did grading was they had weekly projects that they all hated because they all should have taken like 5 minutes to do, and they all said, "This took me 12 hours." I don't doubt it took them 12 hours. It should not have taken 12 hours.
Assuming they were an elite programmer such as yourself. No offense to any of them who are watching this. I could see for someone who'd never done it before that it could take a while.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted them to write a final project to write code that would be useful for their research, and then I realized it's kind of vague. And we were joking around one day. Oh no, it was one day I decided to do a fun lecture, so we coded Conway's Game of Life.
Oh,
you know Conway's Game of Life?
Yeah. No, I really like Conway's Game.
So we coded that in Python. That was fun, and then it was so fun. I said, do you guys want to do a video game for your final project? And basically everyone said yes. I think 2 people maybe turned in projects that weren't video games out of 14.
So how many lines of code does it take for Conway's Game of Life?
It wasn't that many. It was probably like 100, 200 lines.
That's crazy for an infinite possibility space.
Well, sure. What is the point of this game? You distracted me again.
You gotta jump through those rings.
Oh, okay. I'm on it. Oh, I'm not on it. It left.
Oh no. Well, that was one of the things Sachin brought up that he was really fascinated about with the theoretical chemistry, computer programming in general. Is basically, if you look at something as simple as like natural numbers, right? The number line. There's an infinite number of possibilities on the number line, right? You cut 2 in half, you get 1, cut that in half, 0.5, so on and so forth. It's infinitesimally divisible. And yet, with a few lines of code, you can capture an infinite number of numerical possibilities. And so, like, you can describe infinity with very simple code. And he really liked the I don't know, the poetry of that, the elegance of that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, there you go.
I've gotten 2, man. Crushing this
get up.
one. Whoops. Dope. I wish I knew. I think there's a way to turn your camera around, but I'm not sure.
Is that the other joystick?
Oh, you're so smart.
That's usually. Did you ever do first-person shooters?
Nope. Level over. Did I win?
No.
Aww. First-person shooters. I played James GoldenEye.
Yeah,
Played
so that was
GoldenEye
one joystick.
back in the day.
But if you did the anything beyond that, it was 2 joysticks. One controls line of sight, the other one controls directionality, which is what this guy is. All right, so going back to your journey, you went to Chicago because your advisor told you to. Then a postdoc, just found an opening and...
Well, then that's the second part of my very uninteresting journey. I met my wife in graduate school, and I didn't really know what to do after I finished, so I decided to just stick around and wait for her to finish. And so I found a postdoc at Argonne National Laboratory, which is, I don't know, 20 miles outside of Chicago. And I stayed there for a couple of years while Bridget finished. And then we both applied for postdocs because we didn't know what else to do. And how did I already get eliminated? What just happened? Exit. Report player.
Wait, I think it was playing the next round.
Oh, I thought I already left the game. Yeah, and then we both moved to Atlanta. Bridget did a postdoc at Emory, and I did a postdoc at Georgia Tech.
It's convenient, 2 universities in proximity.
It is. We solved the two-body problem. And then we were both on the market for faculty positions at the same time, which was horrible.
Being on the market, period, is horrible. Both of you being on the market is much worse.
Yes.
Like, that's a very stressful time. Anyone that's applied for jobs...
I get something. I'm equipping that.
Ooh,
yes.
Look at that.
Okay, whatever that means. Cool.
Oh, look at that.
Confirm.
We got B.O. Yang, our next guest, Ben.
Oh, what's up, Ben?
Ben, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the follow. Getting a feel for the stream as Eugene plays a little bit of what it's called Fall Guys. I don't know, Ben, if you have a Switch, you can download this game for free. It's just kind of a fun battle royale, complete race together kind of thing.
Fun fact, this game came out as a promo for the Ryan Gosling movie.
What?
No.
I was going to say, this has been out for like 3 years. Did you watch the Ryan Gosling movie?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Bridget did not like it. I'm pretty dumb and easy to entertain, so like every movie I see, I'm like, that's the best movie I've seen. So that's a good movie.
That's the best movie ever. What's the best movie you've seen recently?
Fall Guy? I don't know.
So Inside Out 2 is a recent one.
That was okay. It was pretty good. It had some good jokes.
It's some fun. I was stressed out during it.
I also was stressed out. I found myself, my phone was off, but I found myself reaching for my phone to play with it because it comforts me.
Yeah. We're not going to spoil it too much, but there's a character called Anxiety. And clearly in my brain, Anxiety is winning. That may be the only character in my brain. So it maybe hit too close to home. I don't know. But it was fun, though. I mean, it captured the complexity of emotions. How did your children deal with that?
I thought they liked it. Another fun fact, Adeline is in day camp all this week, and her day camp is just, they do random stuff. And today was movie theater day, and guess what movie they went to see?
Are you serious?
Yeah, they went to see Inside Out 2, which is the movie we went to see last night.
That's awesome.
So she's seen it twice now, so she's really good at repeating all the lines.
Why did that start you over?
I fell down in that crack.
There's a hole there, okay.
There's always a hole. Oh, God.
That's not even like fall through the map hole.
It wasn't?
Whatever, man. This game's so unrealistic.
I agree. You know what? I got distracted by my cool new skin.
Speed skin.
It doesn't even have speed holes.
So what's been your go-to on the Switch that you have played?
The only game I have is Mario Kart. So Mario Kart.
It's good for playing with the kids.
Yeah, it's funny that you don't even have to... I don't want to say kids these days have it too easy, but you don't even have to press buttons. It will just drive for you. Yes?
Yeah, a lot of rubber banding, a lot of keeping you in the game.
I'm confused why I keep falling off.
You can do a dive in the air.
Oh, jeez.
So do like a jump and then press the other button. That'll give you the extra distance. There you go. Perfect.
I don't know if it was perfect. Level over.
Ben, I want to believe that you're like a hardcore Twitch viewer, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, Ken does Twitch. We're going to watch a stream. Now, Ben agreed to be the guest in a couple weeks, so if you guys are interested, put him as computational chemistry, energy storage materials, and machine learning.
Ooh, machine learning.
Yeah, that's sexy. You applied machine learning? You talked about doing it a while ago.
No, I just hired a postdoc who's coming from a machine learning group. So I have a couple ideas I would like him to play with. We'll see if it pans out.
That's what's nice about a postdoc. It's like, just go. Fix it. And hopefully they do.
It's a very expensive gamble.
That's true. That is very true. So it goes. If you get a good postdoc, it's amazing.
Yep. Are any of my postdocs in the chat?
I was going to say.
So I can specifically compliment them.
Yeah, no,
all of my postdocs. All of my postdocs
Everyone
are
I've ever
amazing.
had is great.
All of my current postdocs are amazing. I will say that.
Oh, extra.
I think I've only
bits.
had one bad postdoc.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Avoid the slime.
You already crushed this one.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of movies, one of our favorite questions. We discussed this last time you were on. What movie gets your discipline right? What gets it wrong? Last time it was what? I don't know. Quantum Mania, Ant-Man.
Man, I was gonna say that any Marvel thing with quantum in it is gonna be wrong.
Quantum.
Yes.
What about Loki?
Oh, Loki. Everything about that is accurate. Man, you know what? Did you ever finish the second season of Loki? I remember you and Debbie said you didn't want to. You like had one episode left, and you're like, "We're not watching this." I feel like the last episode of that second season is. That's amazing. Such a.
I don't want to spoil it for everyone. I don't remember, honestly. I really didn't like the whatever guy character. The end of the world. Whoever.
Oh, He Who Remains.
I'm just super annoyed by the way he talks.
He was a bit obnoxious, but wouldn't you be if you were the last person standing?
But he was like that when he was still like normal human, right? None of this makes sense. Other movies that have captured, obviously, Inside Out 2 and the anxiety in your brain. But anything else?
I don't know. No movie gets anything about quantum right. Quantum's not that interesting.
Have you seen Oppenheimer?
I haven't.
I haven't either. It's kind of sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we should have seen that at some point already.
Yeah. You should have had Bridget on. Bridget's seen it. Why can't I?
Wait, did she go to theater or she saw it on TV?
She saw it in the theater. She went with someone from FSU, I remember. Why is everybody having all this? Oh, you have to jump. I think that's the key.
Yeah, get a running start. Jump. But I guess it's good in terms of capturing, I don't know, the science behind it, at least to some extent.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a boring guest.
I mean,
maybe your question is boring. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe that's it. It's been a rough week. I've had to review like 7 things in the last.
Oh man, you gotta start saying no. I started saying no.
Well, so I say no, but when I review stuff, if I ask for major revision, it comes back to me. And this month it's coincidentally, and I think the issue is like everyone submits in May after the semester's over, right? And I review it then.
Yeah.
And then it comes back a month later or a month and a half later.
So it eats your whole summer.
Yep.
Yeah, I have 3 papers to review on my desk and 2 tenure packets.
Oof.
Have you had to do tenure packets yet?
I've had to do 1. Hopefully they're easy though.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Oh, level over.
So for those of you that aren't familiar, if you're a professor at a academic institution and you're an assistant professor, the transition to associate professor is called like promotion and tenure. And part of that process is you basically put together a package that says, here's everything I did in teaching, here's everything I did in research, here's everything I did in service. And that goes out to several letter writers in the community. And so you get like, I don't know, 5, well, depending on the institution, between 3 and 8 letter writers to look at your package and say, this person's good, this person sucks, this person would get tenure. Do you write if they'd get tenure at FSU or not?
No.
That's a fairly common request, though. Would they get tenure at your institution?
I follow the instructions that I'm given.
Yeah. And if they don't ask you to.
Yeah. And I usually end up comparing them to, oh yeah, I'm not even playing. I just saw someone else with my shiny skin. I usually compare them to other people that I've written tenure letters for recently.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, if you're writing a tenure letter for a PUI versus an R2 versus an R1 versus a top 10, it's very different expectations, different writing, and they'll request things differently. I think when we send it out, we explicitly ask, compare it to contemporaries in the field, and would they get tenure at your institution? Some people say yes, some say no. But yeah, it's much less stressful than the job search process, that's for sure.
I don't know about that. Have your letter requests gone out?
Yeah.
Ken's going up for promotion.
Yeah, I'm going up for full professor, which means I get to double keep my job. No, it just means I get paid more and...
You get more committee responsibilities. You already have a lot.
I was going to say, how do I get more? I can't possibly take on more.
Way will find a way.
Oh, he tried. He tried putting me on the cancer research professorship thing. You can apply?
Yeah. So we just found out that our department has 2 new named professorships that are related to cancer research, and Ken is making fun of me because my research, unless helium is interesting for cancer research. I make fun of myself. You guys should all come work for me.
It's self-deprecating.
It's a defense mechanism.
That's how he copes with his shitty research. No.
My kids are watching.
No, they're not. They're asleep. Also, this is an 18+ stream. You should be a better parent.
I should be a better parent. Wait. Man, you keep distracting me. I never know what the point of the game is. I'm guessing it's don't die.
Yeah.
How do I grab someone?
There you go.
I'm going to throw someone off the edge.
Might want to get away from the edge.
I survived by giving hugs.
No, that was perfect. Use the mass. F equals ma. Speaking of equations, we talked about the best equation. So we're going to let chat decide this. So Eugene sends me his example predictions, and one says, which is the best equation? There is a right answer. And on the list was F equals ma, Schrödinger's equation, Euler's equation, and
Maxwell's equations.
And the right answer, according to Eugene DePrince.
Wait. Why don't you let the chat weigh in?
Who has strong opinions? Ben, if you're still on, do you have an opinion on the best equation? F equals ma, Schrödinger equation, Maxwell's equations, or Euler's equation? B for sure.
I don't know what B was.
Oh man, Ben might agree with you.
I mean, it's beautiful.
I think it was Schrödinger's equation.
That's not the right answer.
Yeah, because I think I said Euler's equation was the third one. So why is it not the right answer, Eugene?
Well, Euler's equation is the most beautiful equation. It's the best equation. It's amazing. It says e to the I, let's say just e to the ix, a complex exponential, can be rewritten as cosine x plus I sine x. So you can rewrite a complex exponential as sum of sines and cosines. And for the specific value of, you can use it to show that e to the I pi is equal to -1, which is like so crazy. E to the I pi is equal to -1.
It's
beautiful.
So it's elegance, it's broad utility. That's why you'll argue it's the best equation.
I mean, you don't even need to argue. It just is the best equation. Did I lose? I'm pretty sure I lost.
I refuse to let Eugene ask that prediction, and the answer is it's too subjective, and that is 100%
It's not
true.
subjective.
That is absolutely subjective. You use Euler's equation to calculate the force of a baseball. Go.
I don't know how to... Your question is poorly formed. What's the force of a baseball?
If I have a 5 kilogram baseball and I throw it at 5 meters per second squared. What is the force?
Oh, you're accelerating. For how long are you accelerating it at 5 meters per second
I
squared?
will say the instantaneous force.
Okay, you're probably going to want to use Euler's equation.
No, the answer is you're going to use F equals MA.
Well,
and you're going to plug and chug an answer.
Useful and best aren't the same thing.
Oh, move.
Veteran.
Holy cow.
And then, double veteran. What?
Holy. Fix your camera.
I just broke the game.
Oh my god.
Don't ask me to click another button.
Ladies
it's not
and
gonna
gentlemen,
happen.
you can't. Wow, that gets a GG and a Carl Sagan. That's brilliant, sir.
What does the Carl Sagan mean?
It's deity Sagan. Scott Stagg wanted to start a religion around unlimited budget, no moral qualms. He would start a religion based on Carl Sagan.
Okay.
So yeah, that's our deity Sagan. Carl Sagan smiling with the classic like Renaissance glow around him. So yeah,
I'm in.
That's a big brain move. That's 200 IQ gameplay right there. Oh, that started you way back there. Nice. The jump dive is key in this game.
It is key.
Really need the jump dive.
Oh god.
But yeah, anyone just joining us, Ask the Scientist Gaming, Mediocre Gameplay, Expert Science. We saw some elite gameplay fairly recently, but also some expert science. We're talking about quantum mechanics, quantum computing, while playing a little bit of Fall Guys.
Wait a second. What was the elite gameplay you saw?
You got up on the edge.
You were talking about me. I thought you meant a previous guest.
No. Speed strats. I'm gonna put us streaming in the Fall Guy category now.
I was just eliminated.
That's fine. We're bringing in some new viewers. But if you guys have questions, put them in chat. If not, we should probably throw up a prediction. What do you want? A Eugene personal question or a...
Let's do something fun.
All right.
Although, how many people are here? We don't want to waste it.
We got 10 people. I mean, we do one every roughly half hour.
Okay, fine.
That gets us through, and honestly, I forget. We usually don't get through all of them. I'm going to do my best. I've gotten a little better at keeping track of this, but it depends how much I drink through the night. And I actually fall apart while trying to control this stuff. All right, so we're going to do a prediction, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not familiar with the stream, click the follow button, 1, because you get standard internet units, 2, you'll get notifications about future streams. But you can use those standard internet units, which are arbitrary channel points, to answer a question. And usually on Twitch, those questions are game-related, like, will Eugene win this next round? But on our stream, I have my guests write questions. Most of the questions are science related. Some of them are personal based on the guest's life experience and so on. This one right now comes in the latter category, so I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to answer this question. The question is, what tool did Eugene use to catch salmon in Alaska? So Eugene has been to Alaska. You went on a hike or a nature?
It was a Boy Scout backpacking trip.
Boy Scout backpacking trip to Alaska.
It was pretty great.
That's crazy. So you like flew out and went backpacking in Alaska.
Yeah, we spent like a week in a fish camp and then a week backpacking. It was great.
That's a cool question for you guys is, based on what you've seen of Eugene's free or Fall Guys gameplay, did he catch a salmon with an axe or his bare hands? Which one of those 2 tools did he use? Note, fishing pole is not an option. It is literally one of these 2 options. What do you guys know about Eugene? Usually we say you're on Ask a Scientist Gaming honor policy where you can't cheat by Googling it. Good luck Googling this question and finding an answer. ChatGPT, would that know?
I don't think so.
It's worth a try. Do your best guess. Did he use his bare hands or did he use an axe to catch a salmon? What a weird random. What made you think of this one?
I spent a long time trying to think of questions for this. It's a lot of pressure.
Is it though? Literally dozens of viewers. Oh man, we got a split on this one. This is a mixed decision, which means it's a good question. So they have to judge what they know about Eugene DePrince and his theoretical chemistry prowess and how that translates to catching salmon. Is it an axe or is it with his bare hands? Misadventures, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're continuing our theoretician marathon with Dr. Eugene DePrince, who's a theoretical chemist. He does mostly quantum mechanics, quantum computing, quantum whatever it might be. So yeah, if you have questions. Ben did it. ChatGPT told me it's his bare hands. That's awesome. Thank you, Ben. We'll find out which one's correct.
I actually opened ChatGPT today for this purpose. I wanted to say, what does ChatGPT think I do for a living?
Oh, what did
I
it
asked
say?
who is Eugene DePrince, and then it didn't, it didn't respond. So I don't know if the engine was down or what.
Like it just didn't answer the question.
Nothing happened. I clicked enter.
Oh man, was that a character judgment by ChatGPT? Like, was it just talking shit? All right, Eugene, what's the answer? Did you use an axe or your bare hands?
What did people say?
We have. It's even split on the votes, but the people that said his bare hands put in a lot of.
They're very
towards
confident. It was actually an axe.
You used an axe.
I used an axe.
So this is Boy
So-
Scout badge.
Yeah, no, hardly.
Catch a fish
I'm
with
pretty
an
sure I
axe.
wasn't supposed to do it. It was the end of the salmon runs, so like there are some salmon just in the river and they're not doing anything. They're just waiting to die. And we got to our campsite once, and there was an axe, and there was a river right next to it, and I was like, I'm gonna go get one of these fish out of the river, and I did, and we ate it, and it was delightful.
That was it. You just like.
I whacked it with the axe. It flopped onto the ground, and then I don't want to go into how I killed it.
You can't leave us hanging on that.
I killed it. I didn't want it to suffer, so I killed it croquet style with the flat end of the axe.
So you stepped on it and
Yeah,
just right in the face.
right in the face. It didn't suffer, and then we ate it.
That's amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, you learned something about Eugene DePrince. He has, in fact, killed a salmon with an axe.
With an axe.
Oh, merciful.
I'm probably gonna get a letter.
Oh, man. Oh, I used the OSHA email. We don't get to use that one too often.
Oh no!
So did your instructors, or I don't know, what are they called? Camp leaders? Sensei? What are
Did
they?
my sensei? Were they upset about this?
Yeah. Did they know
don't-
about it?
Yeah. They helped me clean it, and then we ate it.
How old were you when you did this?
I was in high school. Our Boy Scout troop was awesome. We did a lot of these high adventure things. So we did a backpacking trip in New Mexico at this scout ranch called Philmont. We did canoeing in the Boundary Waters in Minnesota.
That's awesome.
And another scout camp called Ely. And then we'd go hiking in the Appalachian Trail sometimes. It's fun.
That's
Good
crazy.
stuff.
I mean, that sounds like a very well-off Boy Scout troop. To do that much travel.
Yeah.
The rich neighborhoods, the back roads of.
Yes, and I had a chauffeur that brought me to the scout meetings every night.
Why didn't they smash the salmon for you? You were eliminated.
Should I report a player?
You might as
Exit.
well.
I'm hitting exit. I don't know
We
why.
learned something about Eugene DePrince, unrelated to quantum mechanics. Thus, this inspired you to learn about sciences? It's your first step towards
or fishing?
biology.
Yeah.
Did Boy Scouts play a role, and or does it play a role now in your career? Were there skill sets? Were there... What's that?
No.
No.
I guess I know.
Don't tie a lot of knots in your job.
I don't tie a lot of knots. in
Did
my
some
job.
cord management. That's got to count for something.
Yeah, I don't know.
None of it in retrospect.
I mean, I have a general appreciation of outdoors stuff that I wouldn't have had otherwise. Sure, leadership.
Why does
I know how to put
that
up.
taste
I know
so
how to
good?
put up a tent.
Yeah.
I camped in the backyard with my kids last week, and they're like, "How do you know how to put up a tent?" And I was like, "Boy Scouts."
But modern tents are so fancy compared to back in the day.
This one was pretty easy to put up.
Yeah.
I keep hitting. I don't know why I can't exit. I was pressing B.
Oh, it's still live. Why does fish blood taste so good?
Exit. 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 Exit.
Oh,
Hit it like 100 times.
yeah. I don't know. Switch is broken.
Exit,
We're 45
exit.
minutes in, so let me know if you want to switch or what else you want to do, because we have several games lined up, including Eugene's going to try some speed runs just for fun.
Yeah, let's switch gears.
What do you want to do?
Even though we just cross-listed on the Fall Guys.
I don't think we pulled in a lot of Fall Guys viewers. I'll change it back.
Bummer. Well, I was going to try speed runs for Super Mario Brothers 2 and Aladdin. Does anybody in the chat have an opinion?
Oh yeah, anyone big fans of Aladdin or Super Mario 2? We'll get to NARC later. Misadventure says Aladdin's classic. I agree. That is the first opinion we've seen. We're going to go with Aladdin. How about that?
It's going to be great.
All right.
Remote.
All right. Those of you not familiar, what was this? 1993?
I think
is what I saw. So easiest or hardest game? Aladdin wasn't that hard.
It wasn't that hard, but I haven't played it in 30 years, except for the 5 minutes of practice before.
Matt, the other one is Lion King is the classic horrible one. Did you ever play that?
No, but I bought, to get ready for this, I bought Aladdin on the Switch, and it was a dual one with Lion King.
Lion King. All right. Just out of curiosity, how much was Aladdin for the Switch?
$7.
It's not bad.
Worth every penny.
So that was the Super Nintendo emulator, or what was that? It was just Aladdin.
I don't know, because I played it for only 5 minutes, and it looks completely different from this. So I don't know what it was.
Do you want me to time this?
I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah. I'll bring up the timer. You got this. Where is my timer? There it is. Let me get that up on screen so everyone can see in real time. So we looked up the record. The record is what, 16 minutes, something like that?
16 and change, yeah. I will go longer than 16 minutes.
Yeah, but to get on the scoreboard, you need like an hour.
The slowest ones are at an hour, yeah.
All right, do it.
Okay.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are speed running a little bit of Aladdin while talking quantum mechanics. If you guys want to mess with Eugene's gameplay, feel free to ask him questions at any point during the stream. To questions about quantum mechanics, quantum computing, quantum anything for that matter, quantum time travel.
Quantum time travel, sure.
Let's do it. But yeah, Aladdin,
those apples.
Much easier than Lion King, but still challenging because the hitboxes are terrible. I remember that, like you can't tell when you're on the platform.
Do I want to? Okay, so this is speedrun. I'm going to not get that.
Matt's got a fun one. Is three body problem show particularly scary for you science types?
Sure. I don't like the idea of a super intelligent advanced species coming and destroying our planet.
But in general, three body problems are also hard.
Yes. Was that the... Wait.
No. It's just...
Just a question about the book?
I don't know if they're being satirical or not, but yeah.
Oh, it's about the show.
Explain why, aside from the show, three body problems are just like mathematically impossible to solve.
Yeah, so for like for coupled harmonic oscillators or something like. So if you have a bunch of masses on springs, if you have, I guess, 3 coupled harmonic oscillators, then the solutions are extremely sensitive to the starting conditions. So if you don't know exactly what the starting conditions are, well, with very slightly different starting conditions, you can get very different results at long times. Which is why in the show they talk about simulating their solar system, and they think it's going to be stable for however long, but then all of a sudden it's not stable anymore. It's because it's a chaotic system.
Matt, the idea of targeting brilliant minds is so horrifying. I mean, if you take out brilliant people, it's a long-term problem, not necessarily a short one.
That is true.
There's your daughters.
Are they still watching?
Yeah, they're still watching.
Oh man.
At least they were.
Are they jealous that I'm getting to play video games? Do they think this is work?
It is work.
It is work.
Broader
Science outreach.
Yep, exactly. We don't use this as an excuse to drink and play video games.
No way.
Speaking of which, I gotta be the guest at some point. So I want to play again. Why can't they target lawyers and salesmen?
That is a great question.
It's much less terrible.
Because apparently lawyers and salesmen aren't as important. Don't forget that.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Can I jump up there? No.
You don't get that many movies where scientists are the heroes, or it's like the smart people are the ones that get stuff done.
I really like movies where scientists are actually the villains, like Twister. There's the team of evil
the
weather
that
people.
Are, like rigorous and well funded. They're the evil ones.
Yeah.
What's that? You don't attach pop cans onto your little probe things? Clearly the baddie. You excited
Wait,
for
did
Twisters?
I misinterpret that? Were they not the bad guys?
No, they were sold as the bad guys. I guess they made bad decisions. I don't know. You excited for Twisters?
I heard it's not a remake, right? It's just a different movie. Is it a remake?
No, it's not I think it's a sequel. Like they called
okay.
it Twisters. They added the S on the end.
Wish I got that extra life because it just fell off the world.
Twisters, Too Fast, Too
Furious. Twisters, Tokyo Drift.
Exactly. Wow, that was a hard restart. Got you pretty far back there. It's the unforgiving part of old video games. No save states. I guess we could save state this if you want to, but...
Where's the fun in that?
Exactly. It's only for speedrunning. But yeah, if you guys have questions about quantum mechanics, quantum computing...
Or anything else.
Anything else, Eugene is happy to answer those questions. So last time we talked about unlimited budget, no moral qualms. I don't remember what your answer was. What was it previously, and has it changed since?
Wait, you haven't warned me about these things.
No?
Unlimited budget, no moral qualms. Honestly, if I had an unlimited budget, I would probably code video games all day. Is there something wrong with that?
Misadventures has a suggestion. How many axes would you hike in Alaska? Like Greg Erickson from biology. He's hanging out in Alaska right now doing research.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, you feel like we missed out on our hauling?
Yeah, like unlimited budget. So you have to understand, I'm a theorist. I don't need much. I would like unlimited computing power. That would be nice.
Well, I was going to say, you could build a quantum computer from scratch. You could
Sure, that'd be
do
fun.
anything you wanted.
I'm sure there's a way to... No, stay away from me.
Nice move. You good, or you want more?
More.
More?
Now.
Is there any reason for you not to be hungover tomorrow?
I have a ride home, so...
Any meetings tomorrow? What's your meeting schedule like during the summer?
It's mostly just meeting students.
I went from 5 a day to 1 a day.
Oh, that's great.
Excellent.
Today I had office hours in the summer.
Would you buy a water cooler with an unlimited budget?
Oh,
I think I know
hello,
who
Justin.
JTP is.
Yeah, I know who that is. So every year around this time, the end of the fiscal year is in July.
Yeah. Allocation.
So we have this allocation that we get that's based on the number of students. What up, children?
I want a Jasmine game.
We talked to Bridget about something. Ready? 1,
Oh, fun.
2, 3.
Say words.
Hi, Adeline.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, Adeline. Hi, Olivia.
You guys coordinated this?
Can I speak?
That was awesome.
Right.
All right. See you later.
I want to
Okay.
Yep. Don't go show them the TV. Hi, mini doctors. Someday. Anyway, sorry. Allocation fund.
What? What were we talking about?
Unlimited budget. Justin wants a water cooler.
Oh yeah, so we get a small amount of money that it's unrestricted funds, so we can spend it on anything. And every year...
And what it's usually intended for is to cover office supplies and things you can't buy on grants.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead.
So every year, we're supposed to spend it all by June 15th. So every year around this time, I ask my group, oh, what kind of stuff do we need? And they'll usually say things like printer paper, toner.
Why would you get printer paper?
I don't know. Toner. How about that?
Okay, toner's okay.
Ah,
But even
toner.
there, we have departments.
Dry
of
erase
printers.
markers.
That's fine.
This year we bought like $1,000 worth of RAM to beef up some of our computers.
All right.
But this guy, Justin, asked for a water cooler constantly. That's all he wanted, was
Wants
a water cooler.
Cold water. Or
So
hot
then
water.
I have an REU student, and they went to, where did they go this week? What was the tour for? It wasn't Tyndall, it was something else.
It's like a manufacturing plant or something.
Yeah, so they go on this tour, and he sent Justin like 1,000 text messages with pictures of water coolers. Spoiler alert, I did not get a water cooler for my group. I was just picturing Justin in the hallway trying to fill it up with water. Because what are we going to set up a delivery service for the water cooler
I was going
water?
to say, because then you'd have to pay for the delivery by whatever water service,
Can I
right?
jump and... Oh, I can. I don't have to wait.
I mean, that's the hard part. I guess you could, though, all right, with allocation funds. Wow, I don't know how that
Look
works.
at those skills.
Yeah, that was good. so no to Justin's water cooler.
So no to the water cooler.
I mean, because I don't think you could do a recurring service through allocation fund, right?
I don't think so. Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
Justin, the system is working against you. Unless you convince Eugene to pay out of pocket. I don't
Nope,
even know if
there's
they'd
the
let you
thing.
do that.
I'm not doing that. Why would you even suggest that? No, they won't allow that. It's against the rules.
My problem. I love the allocation funds because, yeah, you buy like markers and paper and tape and stuff you're not supposed to buy in grants and things like that. But there's quite a bit of it. And so the last several years, it's been like, what weird thing do you want? And so we've gotten 3D printer, which is kind of fun. We got a photography box for our weekly photos. So it's like a box that has reflective lights and stuff like that. We got a microscope camera, which is both scientifically useful and it takes cool pictures. So that's kind of fun. And this year they decided they wanted walkie-talkies.
Ooh, okay.
So we have several different rooms. We have a synthetic room. We have a like sample prep room. We have a measurement room. We have a fluorimeter room, and then a solar cell room. So they're like, we need a walkie-talkie in every room.
Now, here's an interesting question. Do they have cell phones?
They do have cell phones. If any of my students are watching, why did you want walkie-talkies instead of cell phones? Because they're cooler. They're more fun.
Obviously.
I don't know.
I've wasted like 2 minutes just watching screens sit
Oh
there.
man. Matt isn't a Robert. Is there a projected ETA of quantum computers being a consumer product?
No.
You have to guess. Is it ever going to be a personalized thing?
Not in the next several decades. Because they need... Yes, I will continue. Because you need... So quantum computers, the qubit is this quantum state that is very fragile in the sense that if it interacts with its environment, it can decohere from the state it's supposed to be into whatever the ground state is. So like the quantum computer consists of a whole bunch of cooling stuff to keep the temperature down and keep interactions with the environment down. And I just don't see, there's no way that's happening in your iPhone anytime soon.
I mean, and when we say cooling, it's not just a little cold. It's like 4 Kelvin liquid helium.
Can I
as
jump out of
cold
the-
as possible?
Yeah. Now I guess that's probably specific to like a superconducting.
Aren't they all
Josephson
cold though?
Junction one. I don't know if
'Cause you
I don't know
need
if the photonic ones need to be cold.
Because you got to get rid of vibrational modes.
Yeah, that's
like you.
yeah, okay.
Decoherence is all vibrations. I think most of them you have to cool them down a lot, or at least you get the best information.
So anyway, just yeah, for cooling purposes, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And also they're just not useful yet, right? Anyone who tells, "Oh, I continued, so I don't have my
your
I think I don't have my cape anymore,"
Sorry, anyone that tells you they're useful.
is lying. So I guess we can get into the next prediction.
Oh, you want to do it?
Sure. So like, so we're in the NISQ era, which is NISQ, near noisy intermediate scale quantum devices. And so these computers can have like dozens of qubits, but they're all noisy. So they decohere. There's all sorts of errors, and so you can't do much with them because you can only have the system is only in the state it's supposed to be in for a short amount of time. And yeah, whatever. They won't be useful for like chemistry applications until we get to what are called fault-tolerant quantum computers. But for true fault tolerance, you need a ton of qubits. And so the question now is, how many qubits do you need? Well, you want to read the question?
Yeah, this one.
So if you wanted to simulate a material like diamond with a reasonable simulation cell and a whole bunch of caveats, and you want to do this on a truly fault-tolerant quantum computer using something called a surface code for fault tolerance, how many qubits would you need for that type of a calculation?
All right, so I'm going to put up the prediction right now. The question is, qubits necessary to simulate diamond. So diamond is what, like a 20 atom unit cell, and it just repeats over and over again.
I think it's there might be 36 atoms in the unit cell in that paper that I'm talking about.
And so that's 36 atoms, and you basically you repeat those indefinitely in all directions, and you have diamond. And so for a continuum model to simulate qubits necessary...
This is solving the Schrodinger equation for this system.
Okay. But how big of a system? Just the unit cell?
So that's the thing, and if you do things in momentum space, it's the unit cell, but you have to do it at a bunch of different k points. That's with different momenta. It doesn't matter. It's just a technical detail.
Yeah. All right. So how many qubits are necessary to simulate diamond? How many of those individual quantum computing bits? I mean, in our cell phone, we have billions of transistors. This is the question, how many qubits? Noting that the best quantum computer now is what, like 450 qubits, something like that?
I don't know, is it even that big?
I think it's something, I think the IBM one, Hitesh had a question on this. I think it was like 430 something. And so the question is, how many qubits do you need to simulate diamond? A repeating lattice of carbon atoms that's really stable. Not perfectly stable, but stable enough.
With true fault tolerance. So that means the algorithm doesn't care that there are errors.
Doesn't care that there are errors.
Well, there's error correction, like on a normal computer, you have error correction.
This is unforgiving. It's alive every time you...
Yep.
Holy crap.
Man, I remember this from my childhood.
Like, this was the level?
Yeah.
But it's the same every time?
I think so.
Okay.
Ask me if I can remember it.
Yeah. I mean, we can pop on Infinite Lives if you want to keep playing if we die down.
Has the prediction started?
It is started. It is almost over. All right. The qubits necessary to simulate diamond, how many are there, Eugene? How many are required?
From the paper that I'm talking about, depending on the quality of the calculation, it was between 2 and 50 million.
That is a range of values. I guess that's the...
But I mean, once you're in millions, you're in millions. Yeah. So the idea for fault-tolerant quantum computers is you can encode a single... you can use a whole bunch of physical qubits to encode a single logical qubit. It's kind of like building redundancies in... And so the simplest error correction...
Lives?
No.
All right.
The simplest error correction algorithm takes 5 physical qubits to make 1 logical qubit. So your 400 qubit device really only would have 80 qubits in that case.
I see. So that adds up pretty quickly to 50 million.
Yeah, that's for more sophisticated error correction.
Yeah. Misadventures.
Yeah.
The power consumption will be wild. I can't imagine how you cool that, how you control that.
The thing that blows my mind is the qubits have to be optically addressable, which means you need like a fiber optic cable connected to them, and that cable needs to read out stuff. And so if you have 50 million qubits, does that mean you have 50 million wires coming out of the device? I don't understand.
I mean, there's presumably a way to do like array reading or something, right?
I have no idea.
Like
theorist over here.
Well, but like, I mean, you can think of pixels on a screen, right? You can read all those pixels simultaneously.
Color change.
So yeah, back to the question about when are we likely to have a personal consumer product?
2032.
Mark my words, buy my stock.
You can invest in my quantum computing company.
Man. So it is all smoke and mirrors right now, at least in terms of commercial products. I mean, with that said...
I don't know why anyone would buy a quantum computer currently. Like, what... Is it Howard Hughes Medical Institute? Some medical institute owns a quantum computer. Why? Why?
That's interesting. Are they just trying to sell it to investors or something, that they're on cutting edge of computation?
Hold on. This is too interesting.
Yeah, this is the hallucination level.
What am I supposed to do here?
I think you can make that, can't you?
Stresses me out. Ooh, I see you down there. Thank you.
I get why Nation State is interested.
Who's Nation State?
I don't know who that is. A large politically sovereign country, administrative territory. Is that it?
Thank you. That's useful.
That's the formal definition of nation state. Oh, nation state governments. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a
big.
I misunderstood. I thought there was a user in the chat named nation state.
No, it's Mrs.
why I
Ventures
said-
commenting on why these countries are interested.
He Genie just let me walk off the world.
It seems non-productive.
What a jerk.
Contra, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Talking a little bit of quantum mechanics, quantum computing while playing some Aladdin. Harder or easier than quantum mechanics?
This game?
Yeah.
Easier. Quantum mechanics really isn't hard.
Man, I'm
Just a lot of math.
trying to, this summer I'm trying to read like one paper a week on quantum computing just to like get a feel for it and where we could potentially contribute, but got to get to the bracket notation and stuff I haven't seen since forever.
It's like learning the alphabet. That's the easy stuff.
It is. Like you just have to learn the language before even diving into the functional aspects of it. And then you look at T1 relaxation times and all the different spin states and
Quantum.
You didn't wait for him last time? Was that
No, I just ran. I was like, oh, Genie, hey.
make me a cloud? But yeah, so we're diving into the world of quantum, and we learned that it takes over between 2 million and 50 million
Let's just say millions.
qubits, several millions qubits to simulate diamond, a very repeating standard crystalline lattice, let alone, I mean, so does it directly scale with atoms or complexity of the system? What's the limitation on that? Diamond is, I mean, by DFT, that's a relatively easy calculation at this point.
Sure. So this was for plane wave DFT calculation. So it's really the number of the size of the unit cell will determine how many plane waves, how big your calculation has to be. So it's just the size of this simulation cell is what matters. Okay. Oh God.
And I really like the flip animation. We don't have that enough. Assassin's Creed, I guess. This walked so Assassin's Creed could run. Mario caping. What a spectacular game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you played this one. We haven't had a whole lot of Lion King or Aladdin on stream.
Game over. Oh, I don't get to continue?
You used 3 or 4 continues.
I didn't know there was only 3. Good evening, professors.
Good evening.
What could research on quantum mechanics say about consciousness? Nothing in my research could say anything about quantum mechanics. I mean, about consciousness. I don't know. It's a good question. Ken, do you have an answer?
I don't have an answer, but I mean, there's a lot of intriguing biochemists that are starting to look at this quantum phenomena, like tunneling, right? Like there's a lot of events that happen in the body faster than you think they should with classical mechanics, right? And so there's clearly like tunneling of electrons, tunneling of protons, all these quantum phenomena that we, take for granted and think about in potential energy wells, but they're probably happening in the body. And one of my favorite examples of this is like the navigation system in birds. Have you seen this? It might be a quantum fluctuation with magnetic fields. Like they just have a discomfort when they're not going north or whatever that feeling is they have in their brain.
What a sad existence.
It is, but it gets the job done. There's a Conway free will lecture, maybe that's is life deterministic? Are you gonna play again?
No. Yeah. I'm waiting. Are you ready for the timer? You ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Uncle Bill stopping by on mobile. Welcome back. It's good to see you. I completely understand. I hate mobile. I hate texting via phone, but thank you for joining us. I'm impressed you're chatting and adding emotes via mobile while watching some Aladdin. But yeah, Uncle Bill, if you want to hear about some quantum mechanics, quantum computing, Eugene is happy to answer them. So you're just generally skeptical about quantum computing being useful in any reasonable time scale.
Well,
before you die, where do you envision quantum computing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Assuming you live to 80.
Live to 80.
Optimistically, let's say you live to 80.
I really don't know. Like, who knows? I don't think anyone knows. Or am I wrong? I mean,
no one knows, but like, I mean, if anyone's positioned to comment, maybe you are.
More advanced than it is now.
That's the laziest answer. Like, if you had to guess, well, what's the breakthrough it takes?
Well-
I mean, cooling the system is one.
I mean, you just need a lot of qubits, unless there's some other magical fault tolerance algorithm that requires fewer qubits.
Yeah.
You just need a lot of them.
So there's a physical scale problem.
Yeah.
How many qubits can you get in an area? So this is a manufacturing problem. It's a reading problem.
It's an engineering problem, sure.
I mean, but so let's look at the timeline of transistors. First transistor was 1947. So that was a paper clip and a chunk of germanium on a slab, which was roughly, I don't know, 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. And now we can fit 1 billion of those per centimeter. And so that's over a, 80-year period, a little less than 80 years, 75 years.
Okay, so 80 years from now, we'll have iPhone quantum computers. How about that?
Does it scale that way? I mean, I think there's going to be some dark horse innovations, right? The some way to cool it or not having a system that doesn't need to be cooled will be probably a necessity, presumably, right?
Yeah.
And these are engineering feats, not even like chemical necessarily.
No. I mean, yeah, there's the chemistry aspect. We have colleagues who are interested in developing qubits from molecular spins on molecules.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows if those are going to be useful.
Material science problem? Yeah, I think it's chemistry / material science / physics / engineering. But if there's a massive Manhattan project, is this one where you can just throw money at it and solve it?
I don't know. There is a lot of money out there for quantum computing research.
On a lot of Department
And there's
of
a lot
Defense
of
intrigue.
Industrial people
Yeah. Let's solve fusion
driving the
first.
field.
That's fair. Unlimited energy, you can do anything, right? I don't care about cooling as long as I have infinite energy at no cost. So that is, non-trivial. Uncle Bill, maybe quantum encryption and random number seeds?
Quantum encryption.
Yeah, in terms of within your lifetime, 40 years from now.
I don't know. That's also terrifying. I knew there was a professor. I am not 100%. I can't remember who it was, so I'm not going to guess. Who at a conference they said, "I know quantum computers don't exist because I look at my bank account and there's still money in it." Like, if they existed, would people really be using them to do chemistry? Probably that's not the most important.
I mean, but of the bank accounts you can steal from.
He must have some good stuff in
I
there.
was going to say, he's way more optimistic about his bank account than I am of mine. We get paid reasonably well, but not so much so.
Not quantum computer well.
Yeah. I mean, so what does quantum encryption look like versus classical encryption? Why is that a thing? Why do we care?
I mean, I can say vague things. So
Yeah, vague things. works for us.
factorizing large numbers into prime factors is an important component of breaking encryption, right? So I don't even know how it works, but it involves factorizing large numbers. That's something that a quantum computer can do more quickly than a classical computer.
Let's see. So it just
That's the
solves it
answer.
quicker.
Random
Number seeds is an intriguing idea. Well, it's like random number generator, presumably.
I don't know of any. I personally don't know of any applications where we need better random number generators.
What do you use for your random number generator?
So like some people in theoretical chemistry do Monte Carlo simulations, which involves random numbers. We don't. So like anything I need random numbers for is just like starting with a random guess for solving a problem, and it doesn't really matter. Just use a built-in C++ library that
I see.
gives you random numbers. It doesn't matter. It's the quality of them that
Truly
matter.
random.
Yeah.
But you don't care.
Pseudo-random. But
Yeah.
no, I don't care.
Yeah, I think Sachin, we talked about that, the lava lamp random number generator. Have you seen this?
I think I know what you're talking about. Please explain it to
It's
me.
like a wall of lava lamps.
Yeah.
You can take a photo of it and generate a number from that, and it's sufficiently random that it is a random number generator, at least as far as I can tell.
That's fun.
Really, my understanding is that no random number generator in our digital computing today is truly random.
I
We need
believe
that.
that is correct. Why do we need it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's what I was saying. I don't know. I personally don't know of an application. Come on. That I don't need a truly random number generator.
I mean, presumably high-level encryption. They use random number generators.
You gotta get someone from the NSA in here.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be happy to be a guest and talk about all their knowledge. of
While drunk.
encryption. Yeah, we'll take shots of strawberry cream tequila until they talk. Sure, I'll get them fired and whatever it might be. Yeah, encryption. Contra. The integrity of Tetris is at stake without randomness. I mean, that kid beat Tetris recently. Did you see that?
You can beat Tetris?
Yeah, you can beat Tetris. Apparently, the I don't know whatever the pseudo kill screen is, but this like 12-year-old kid did it.
Huh.
Yeah, which is why nation states are so interested. Yeah, that's a lot of the funding being pumped into quantum computing right now in the U.S. At least from my understanding, is fear of what China can do with their quantum computers if we don't get there first.
Every time you say nation states, I think that's someone's username.
Why?
I don't know.
No, it's misadventures. Yeah. All right, but we've talked about this previously. So in terms of quantum applications, you are less optimistic about quantum computers.
Well, I don't know. I'm just a naysayer.
Yeah. I mean, we need those.
So I'll give you...
Brief side note. Contra just said the creator of Tetris and his business partner called that kid to congratulate him. I think the kid and those two are very sweet people. That's awesome. Yeah, the backstory I had heard on the kid is that his like dad fairly recently before he pursued that, and that was like his I don't know, emotional coping was playing Tetris. So that's really awesome.
Well, what does he do now that he beat it?
I don't know. Beat it harder? No. Phrasing.
I'm not going to engage.
You're not going to engage. Kids might be watching. They should be asleep now, right? 9:16.
I feel like I'm significantly further along in this game than I was last time.
Yeah, but good on him. Who knew there'd be innovation in Tetris 35, 40 years later? He goes to Alaska with an axe. Have you thought about going back to Alaska?
That would be fun.
Yeah.
My parents would go on cruises to Alaska. I don't really get that, though.
Like,
I don't understand.
What kind of cruise? Like big boat cruise or
Yeah.
like see the glaciers up close cruise?
I mean, it's both. It's a big boat cruise, and then you go in
Oh, I see.
to some port, get out and see a glacier. Old Foggy.
Old Foggy here. I remember when a floating point unit was a completely separate accessory on the motherboard. Now it runs alongside the CPU in the same package. Best I can imagine for a quantum unit would be similar setup.
Well, they're already the...
Well, can you explain a floating point unit to the general readership?
Sure. So the way a number is stored on a on a computer is a floating point number is a number that's not an integer. And so it's stored as a collection of bits, zeros and ones. And there's 1 bit for the sign. So if it's 0 or 1, the sign is plus or minus.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a few bits for the exponent. So if it's stored kind of like scientific notation, something times 10 to the something. So there's a few bits for the exponent there, and then there's a whole bunch of bits to describe the actual digits in the number.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the question was.
Floating point unit.
Yeah, so I guess that's the thing that does mathematical operations with that data. Anyway, on a quantum computer, it's not like a classical computer. It can't do math like a classical computer does. So usually there's certain tasks that the quantum computer is good at, and there's certain tasks that the classical computer is good at. So your algorithm's going to use both. Yeah.
And so he was talking about a floating point unit was completely separate accessory on the motherboard.
But I'm kind of saying
CPU.
that's how it works now. You have a whole computer as a separate accessory. A whole classical computer is a separate accessory to your quantum computer. That does the things that are easily handled by a classical computer.
I mean, so this is, and just a question out of curiosity. You spend all your time on computers calculating using the software aspect, but how well do you understand the hardware of your computer?
There was a time when I understood it much more than I do now. I mean, you have to write good code, you have to understand what kind of memory you have and caching and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially if a lot of people in my field will try to develop code that runs on GPUs. Those are graphics processors. And to use those, you really have to understand the memory layout and then how you get data onto the GPU from the CPU, and how to deal with the cost of moving data back and forth. So you do have to know that stuff. If that's what you're developing software for them.
And see, so GPUs were the major, like, recent transition. Like, how often do you have, I don't know, paradigm shifts in the hardware that affect how you do things?
I'd say not.
Are happening now.
Well,
but.
yeah, I guess. Well, GPU transition is still ongoing. So like all the best supercomputers in the world use GPUs now. But not most people's codes can't actually take advantage of them. So I'll give you an example. That was only second try.
That was GG's. No, you're flying now.
GG.
GG's. Somebody write down that password. Genie, Jafar, Aladdin, Abu?
Abu.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Do we know how many worlds there are? Or stages, rather?
Oh, Misadventures, I didn't see that. I didn't know you could gigantify an emote. I don't know if you saw this, Eugene.
That's a big one.
So Misadventures used 30 bits to gigantify an emote. That is awesome. Thank you. I didn't know that. That must be part of Twitch's new... They did a bunch of new features, and I have not been paying attention, so I feel bad, but...
we all learned something today.
Gigantify an emote.
Oh, I have to wait for the clouds.
Is there anything I should know, Misadventures? Anything? I don't even have animated emotes, which I should really do. Eugene, you should figure it out.
I don't understand.
Make your class do
Wait a second. The last time I did this, it was all clouds. Now it's not all clouds, and it messed me up. So wait, I should do what now?
Figure out some animated emotes for the stream.
I'm on it.
Make your students do it. Completely abuse your power as a teacher.
I asked them very nicely to make a new logo for the chemistry t-shirts. So there's a new logo for our department t-shirts, by the way.
Oh, that was you guys?
Did you see it?
I did see it.
For real? Who showed you?
I had a comment on spacing. It's where it has the like beaker.
Oh, no. That's the Cheminols.
Oh, okay.
And I argued with, well, I didn't argue. I suggested to Lori that they're their own organization. I don't know that GRAC should be paying for...
I was on this email chain.
Yeah, so anyway, I and Marcus made a new one.
Oh, that's fun.
And so it's got the benzene.
That's cool.
You know the spear that goes through the benzene? It's a new one, though.
Well, can we still do the spear?
Lori has a list of registered trademark things that we're allowed to use. The spear is on there. I don't know if we're allowed to change it, though.
I see.
So we'll find out if they reject what we put forward. But it just says Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry and has a more modern-looking spear and benzene. Good job, Marcus, if you're here.
Thank you, Marcus. That's much appreciated. Volunteer work doesn't help with your thesis. Maybe add it to the resume. That's graphic design. That counts for something. But yeah, those of you not familiar, so FSU has a relationship with the Seminole tribe in Florida. And so part of this relationship is, I mean, they show up to every game, every graduation. There's a representative involved. There's negotiations every time the Seminole logo is processed and things like that. And there's a really recent renegotiation of the relationship that says you can't do any modifications of the name. Wow, good save.
I almost messed it up.
No, we
You
count.
can't do any modification of what now?
Can't do any modification of like the name Knoll. So we used to be the Cheminoles, the
Oh, yeah.
chemistry Seminoles, you know, the portmanteau of those. But we can't use Cheminoles anymore, so we had to change our names to no longer involve the word Knowles. So yeah, we had to do that modification, and I think we had to do the logo modification, but I don't know that for sure. Uncle Bill, speech to text fail. That was supposed to be fogey and not foggy. I'm impressed though. That was where was the message?
He said he was an old foggy, and then that was the floating point.
Yeah, but the text to speech on floating point that's pretty
Fugi?
good. Fugi. Old fogey here. I remember when floating point unit was completely separate accessory on the motherboard. Now it runs alongside the CPU. Best I can imagine for quantum unit will be similar setup. That's pretty good text to speech. I mean, I remember. Do you remember playing on the early like Macintosh when it had a built-in text to speech that was terrible?
I play with my children with that. We haven't done it in a while though.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is no longer fun.
Gohaku, there's speech to text in the stream? No, there is not. There's another message effect. Why am I not getting notifications of these messages? Let me test follows here. Yeah, there. I got that. I don't know if Streamlabs not communicating, but anyway, Gohaku, welcome back to stream. Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. We have like, you see these new effects?
Don't distract me.
Bits and actually get. Oh, sorry. We got serious gameplay going on, ladies and gentlemen.
Expert.
Expert gameplay. Man, the question about quantum mechanics and consciousness is a fun one. Are you deterministic, Eugene? I think we talked about this last time.
Oh, definitely not.
Well, so there's a deterministic that you can predict and a deterministic that's out of your control.
Well,
Deterministic on both.
I feel like you're making things up now.
No, so like, there is a possibility for an outcome that we can't predict, but it's inevitable, versus an outcome we can predict and is inevitable.
I see.
And so, like, is quantum mechanics truly random, or is it just that we can't accurately describe it yet?
I don't know. It's a good question.
What are you leaning towards?
Well, I just know that you can't make precise predictions. Whether that's a failure of the formalism or not, I haven't really thought about. Sorry, I'm boring.
It's existential. We don't get existential.
Overlap
until,
between
like 8 shots in.
Overlap. Can I read the chat, or do I have to wait for you to read it?
Yeah, I'm going to get
Okay.
back to Misadventures has one. What's the big area of debate in chemistry today?
I can't speak for all of chemistry. Oh man, I'm getting old, guys. I brought my glasses with me so I can take my contacts out. They're starting to get dry.
Right.
Anyway, I can't speak for all of chemistry. I'm already 3 minutes past the world record, by the way.
It's going to be okay. As long as you can beat it. You'll be on the board. We will cut this. You will be able to post it to speedruns.com, assuming you get a reasonable time.
I don't want to waste my time with that. Get out of here.
Anyway, sorry. What's the big area of debate,
so,
at least in your field?
There's this one really hot area in my field called polariton chemistry, or polaritonics. I can explain this. So there's this phenomenon where if you put a molecule inside an optical cavity, that means
Between two
mirrors that are very closely spaced together. If the cavity is small enough, then funny things can happen. You can get very strong coupling between the molecular degrees of freedom and the photon degrees of freedom, and you can form these states that are called polariton states that are hybrid molecule and photon in character. And these states can have very different properties than the parent states. And so starting like 10 years ago, there were some experiments that showed you could change chemical outcomes just by putting a molecule inside a cavity, which is very cool. So people like me, we say, okay, if this is actually true, we probably need the same sets of quantum mechanics tools that we have for normal chemistry. You need them for this new kind of chemistry that involves cavities. But the controversy is twofold. Number one, a lot of these experiments can't be reproduced. And the second one is on the theory side. A lot of people will use models and make really insane predictions that have no basis in reality about what you can actually achieve by sticking a molecule in a cavity. So they'll do calculations that correspond to a cavity being smaller than the size of the molecule, which makes no sense.
And weird stuff happens.
And yeah, sure enough, weird things happen. And yeah, that's not surprising because you're simulating
inside the material.
You're simulating nonsense.
I mean, the experimental aspect it's not necessarily the experimentalist's fault because it's just hard to make these very small cavities and accurately measure them. And
yeah, and then there's a lot of questions about whether if there is an effect, is it actually sorry, I can't see him. Okay, is it a fancy quantum effect, or is it a classical effect, a classical cavity effect?
What's the difference between a classical and a quantum?
I don't know. There's like various cavity enhanced spectroscopy.
Like reflecting light.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus
are you creating this weird hybrid character state?
Yeah.
And is that leading to the property changes? So anyway, there's controversies both on the experiment and theory sides.
So some lunatic predicted that if you put a molecule in the cavity in a different direction, you'll change the chirality of the product. Was that made up nonsense?
Yes. Ken's talking about a paper that he and I have together. No, it's not made up nonsense. That's another aspect of it. All of these papers will say, okay, you get different results depending on how the molecule is oriented in the cavity.
So I want to tell you guys how cool this paper is, just because, like, if it was real and you could do it. So we have left and right-handed molecules, right? That's inherent to biology, right? Your DNA is left-handed, your proteins are right-handed, so on and so forth. And so a lot of your drugs are left or right-handed. And so my group came up with this way to use light to isomerize between a left and a right-handed molecule. Basically, you'd start with a mixture of both and make them all right-handed or make them all left-handed. And Eugene did some of his theoretical calculations inside these cavities to show that depending if the molecule's sitting like this or this, you can force it to go right-handed or left-handed. And if you could do that, that would be absolutely amazing. But you'll never do that on a scale to actually be useful, but just the fact that it showed it.
Yeah, that's another thing. There was just a JAX paper that came out. JAX is Journal of the American Chemical Society. It's like the most prestigious journal in chemistry. It was pure theory, but it involved experimentalists. But it was only theory, and the calculations were fine. The predictions they make are fine.
But God, you were so close to the end.
But they claim things like this is going to change. This is a paradigm shift in how you can model, how you can do chemistry. But gloss over the fact that they're talking about chemistry that's one molecule at a time. Because the cavities are so small, right?
Yeah. Spoilers, you can't really sell one molecule at a time. You need to make kilograms for something to be useful on any manufactured scale.
All that being said, it's still very interesting that you can make these predictions. And
I mean, so
even if the prediction is nonsense, it could lead to something useful.
When you say cavity, you're talking about two mirrors that are how far apart?
It depends. So there's two different limits here. There's a what's called a many molecule coupling limit or a single molecule coupling limit. Most experiments are done in the many molecule limit, where you've got like maybe the smallest case I could think of is maybe 100 nanometers or something like that between the two mirrors, which is pretty small. But a lot of these theory studies... Where's my apples?
Nice. Oh, he blocked him. Look at that.
Oh, a boss.
Boss fight.
Oh, it's just a boo. Ha ha ha. Oh no.
So how many levels are you in right now?
I think this is the fourth one. Have I continued yet this time? I don't think I have.
I don't know. You're flying, though. 25 minutes in.
I think this is about the top 200.
That's the time limit. I think you're right, actually. There was like a lot of 16 and 17 minutes, some 20 minutes, and then like an hour and 30 minutes. And then there's Eugene. What's your speedrun name?
What's
Quantum?
It was Quantum Supremacy, but then I thought that sounded too much like white supremacy. So I changed it to I Like Electrons. Oh, is this?
Oh, Uncle Bill had a follow-up.
Is this a real level?
I think it's just bonus level. Uncle Bill had a follow-up on the random number generator. I used to dabble in data recovery and secure erase. Part of secure erase is overwriting the old data with random data, but those methods are always getting cracked because somebody figured out how to replicate the random string. So it's at least one reason we really, really, really need
Truly random
generators.
numbers. Okay, interesting.
Man, that blew my mind when I learned that. Like old hard drives where you have a 1 or a 0 bit and you like zero everything, right? But there's still like a physical mechanical memory in it. So rather than zeroing everything, you do 0 1 0 1 0 1 and wash it. And then I guess this is the next step where you just do a random number sequence and repeat that over and over again. So I guess yeah, that's intriguing, Uncle Bill. What a fun like side job. Trying to I've come across several YouTube videos where they're like, this USB is melted, but we need to read the information. Have you ever seen this? Where
No.
they'll solder on special connections and read out completely broken chips and stuff like that. That's really cool.
Awesome.
All right, Go Haku. Is there any overlap between theoretical chemistry and theoretical physics? Harkening back to our previous guests, Hitesh Shinglani, who was a theoretical physicist who does solid-state materials, and you are a theoretical chemist.
Yeah, yes. The answer is yes.
Would you like to elaborate on where the boundaries are and what different... There's a Venn diagram of theoretical chemistry and theoretical physics, and there is an intersection between those two, but there's some differentiation.
Yeah, so we use the same theories, right? So we're both solving the Schrodinger equation. But chemists are in general interested in molecules, and someone like Hitesh, he's a solid-state physicist, so he's interested in solid-state systems, and they often will use model Hamiltonians instead of instead of ab initio Hamiltonians. But a lot of the methods that we use to solve the Schrodinger equation are common between the two areas. And actually, a lot of stuff in chemistry came from the physics community. So, for example, couple cluster theory is one of the ab initio theories that my group develops, and that originally came from the physics community in the 60s.
Generous one-up there.
What?
That's a nice one-up. Just right in the path.
Woo!
I mean, so there's a lot of overlap. Where's the differentiation? Why aren't you in a physics department?
I think the easy differentiation is molecules versus not molecules. But in quantum chemistry, a lot of people are moving towards developing methods for modeling extended systems, material systems.
Oh, interesting. The molecules got too easy, and now it's...
Yeah, it's the next frontier.
I mean, so with all that said, like, Wei Yang is a theoretical chemist. But he does molecular mechanics, large systems.
Yeah, but not... But that's, like, biological, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I really need
Yeah, for anyone that's been on the streams the last, we were talking about this earlier, for some reason, and my guest compilation is like, I get a list of suggested people and I reach out to them and they say yes or no to being guests. But somehow, what am I saying? It's, including next 2 weeks from now, I think 5 out of my 6 most recent guests were theoretical scientists. And so we started out with Hitesh Shinglani, who's a theoretical physicist. He models like continuous solids and big many electron systems. And then we followed that with Sachin Shanbag, who does, I guess he does like Monte Carlo type simulations. He does force models of like materials properties and things like that. Then we had Brian Quaife, who's in scientific computing, who does fluid dynamics simulations, but does it of fire, of blood flow, of erosion, and all sorts of stuff. Then we have Eugene DePrince, who's a theoretical chemist doing quantum chemistry.
That's me.
And then 2 weeks from now, we'll have Binno Yang, who's expert in doing like machine learning. I guess you could talk more about what he does, but it's much more higher level materials properties than something that you deal with. So yeah, we've been on a theoretical marathon, but through multiple scalars and levels. So if you had to pick a non-quantum mechanical theoretical sciences, This could be anywhere from education to, I don't know, modeling polymer soft matter materials kind of thing. Billy Oates does. What would you do
If I had to pick,
if you had to leave the quantum mechanical
and
realm?
I have to do some theory research.
Yep. I mean, this could be theory in, I don't know, anything, right? Music theory. It could be.
I'll go with music theory so I can establish that.
Oh man, are you going to say something?
I'm going to say something about
controversial?
Space Invaders. If I can focus. What does that do you think?
I think it changes this path. That thing. Isn't it?
Makes sense. Okay, I'm going to get me that chicken. Assuming it's still there. Thank you.
Nice. All right, Gohaku wants to know, is there a notation of quantum information or quantum numbers in theoretical chemistry?
Oh, wait, ask the question again.
Is there a notation of quantum information or quantum numbers in theoretical chemistry?
Notation.
I mean, so quantum numbers is a real thing in general chemistry, right? That's just spin plus
Notion, not notation.
notion. A spin. Oh, I apologize. Is there a notion of quantum information or quantum numbers in theoretical chemistry? I apologize. Notion, not notation. I'm an idiot. Oh, here you are. You're on Jafar already. So this is the final boss, right?
Yeah. I thought that I could zap him. I thought I could jump on him again. I did watch this. Stop hitting me.
Oh. All right, so you just have to survive. Nice. How many
I have to
hits on
fight.
Jafar?
I'm pretty sure I have to fight the snake next too.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Timer stops when you get the last hit on the snake. And you've beaten this before. 30 years ago.
Oh yes. What? Oh man.
Is that the speedrun stat?
I don't know.
All right. Gohaku, we'll get back to it. Eugene's going to focus. Such horse shit.
I hate that I can't
Fox
see my
garbage.
stupid character. Why can't I land on his head again?
I think it's not letting you. Jafar is a cheater is the answer. Don't do it. Don't be a hero. Just be patient. What was that, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not in a hurry. You are. This is speedrun. Speed strats.
Ah!
There's no warning for where that lightning bolt goes.
Don't be a hero.
Contra's on your side. Jafar is a cheater.
What?
What is this nonsense?
What? Get out of here!
I'm guessing you have to use... No? Oh, there you go. Did it.
Ah!
Oh,
Cramping up.
that
Cramping
was
up.
exciting.
It was
rage.
exciting.
It was fun to watch. It was nice, yeah. Contra, thank you. Nice dodges. You're teetering on not mediocre gameplay.
Teetering. I'm on the precipice.
We'll hold off on questions while you're at the boss. It's weird.
Oh,
How do you tell where they're coming from?
it's
you
those
see-
3 spots. It's the same spots every time.
Okay.
I was just standing in the wrong place.
All right. There's a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. The theoretical chemist will find the pattern.
Behold.
Whoa, Dr. DePrince has a YouTube video about solving Sudoku. Must check out later.
That is true.
He will talk much about Sudoku solvers.
So, for the next 2 hours, we can talk about Sudoku solvers.
So, if you guys want to know, Eugene does have a Twitch stream that he never streams from, but when he did...
Well, the problem is that I have a Linux box, and the stupid thing keeps crashing, and I don't know what's wrong with it. Every time I run OBS, it's crashing.
Have you tried Windows?
No. Okay, how many chickens will he throw at me this time?
All of the chickens.
Yep, there they come.
I think you could hit him on one of those. Like if you get the jump in the center.
Don't mess with a good thing.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're getting to the snake. This round, you're getting to the snake. You got this. Like here, I think if you jump off one of the middle ones, you could get him.
Nope.
Ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Go!
Oh, what? What was that limp jump? Such a weird boss battle? I agree, Misadventures. You need a quantum number generator so Eugene can guess where he's going.
This music's so exciting.
I love that the speedrunning community has figured out there's no such thing as random number generation in any of these retro games. There's some predictable pattern, whether it's when you start the console or the number of button pushes. It's not necessarily controllable, but it's all predictable. So congratulations. Now this is it.
Final battle.
Final
Give me some
battle,
chicken.
ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. We're gonna
I've
give
got
Eugene a break.
0
from
lives.
mechanics.
I've got 0 lives, and I don't know how to beat him.
The snake. Any advice? Anyone knows?
The apples do nothing.
Eat them. Eat them.
Oh, Lord.
There you go.
Okay. He's got a head that looks like it wants to be jumped on. Those don't seem to do anything.
Have you tried jumping? Oh, can you jump on those? There you go. Okay, so it's probably one of those on the head. Them apples. oh, we count those.
Where did he go?
He's magic. Oh, get it. Get it. It's not entirely clear that you can jump on him there. Huh, that one counted. He's in a quantum state. What was his speedrun stat?
Just try not to die here.
I'm not going to get the timing right if you do beat this, but I'll go back and check. Huh. Look at that.
But he didn't light up that time. Does that mean it didn't count?
According to Nintendo bad guy rules, I would say it didn't count. Look at that. Am I wrong? Does this seem easier than... Is that it?
Don't know.
I might have missed the timing if that was the last hit.
Is that it? We'll call it 39 minutes.
It was sub 39 minutes if it was the last hit on him. I'm going to keep the clock going.
Ah!
What?
I'm letting this run.
You want to read the lore for the audience?
Can they not read it?
They can, but they need your
Sorry.
voice. They need you to Jafar.
Genie is more power than you'll ever have. I'm not doing this.
Oh, man. Was that it?
Yeah,
You
I think I
this game.
beat it.
That was it?
Yeah.
All right, so you were sub 38, something like that. I'll cut it down.
Sweet.
All right.
Oh,
So
wait.
what did we say you were at? Like 38 something?
Sure.
Speed run. Aladdin.
Unlimited power. Itty bitty living space.
Disney's Aladdin. SNES. All right, I'm going to see if I can bring up.
This is the greatest night of my life.
The night is not over, sir. Jasmine, I'm sorry I lied to you about being a prince. Sorry, everyone, for interrupting the science, but we have to do the closing credits of Aladdin, as Eugene has beat it for the first time in 30-some years.
Yes.
Has it literally been 30 years? When would have it?
If I hadn't bought it last night to try to play it, 30 years is not a bad guess. That felt good. That was fun. I have entered a whole new world.
Huggy Beer has redeemed a request to factoid. Huggy Beer, cheers. Let's celebrate the victory of Eugene with a factoid. Go.
Factoid. I tried to think of what games to play today. This is just a factoid about me. And I was torn between... These aren't factoids, so I'm cheating. I was torn between Earthbound. Do you know that game?
No.
Soul Blazer.
Earthbound was the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's an RPG.
Like an RPG, yeah.
Soul Blazer, and a factoid about Aladdin.
No. Finish your thought on that one.
And then the other one was... Oh, Brain Fart. It's like the greatest RPG game of all time.
Final Fantasy.
No.
Ooh, you're going to start a fight here.
It'll come to me. Nope, not Mana. Mana. Chrono Trigger. That's the one.
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, I remember...
Was that Super Nintendo?
It was Super Nintendo. And I remember you could... There were like 14 endings or something crazy like that, depending on when you beat the game. And I remember... I got it into a state that I couldn't beat. I couldn't proceed forward. It was very upsetting.
Like it was broken?
No, like I had done. This happens in the Legend of Zelda on Nintendo 64. There's a way to like completely mess up the water level. I had done something in Chrono Trigger where I was just stuck. It was very upsetting.
I'm sure there's a YouTube video that exists right now to tell you exactly what happened and maybe how to get out of it.
No, the water level thing in it's Ocarina of Time, I think.
Chrono Trigger. All right, Eugene, congratulations. So let's take a look at where you would sit. What do we say? It's like 38 minutes and something seconds.
I'm pretty sure it's like third to last place because they were all.
So world record, here it is, 16 minutes, 5 seconds. We scroll down.
Not in the top 100.
Is at 18 minutes. Let's see where it puts you. 19 minutes. We're getting a little further. 26 minutes, 16 seconds puts you in the top. I think you could do that if you did it again. All right, so 38 minutes puts you at 216. That's not bad.
It's not 221st.
It's not where you wanted to be. That's a lot of people still playing Aladdin, quite a lot.
You know what? And even more people are going to play it after tonight.
They're going to be inspired. On the board, exactly. I was going to say the NARC scoreboard only has like 15 people. So
it's going to have 16 after tonight.
You're going to play?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Quit your day job, but you can't make a living. Don't quit your day job, but you can't make a living doing speed runs. I don't know. You got to.
So this is the kind of thing. If I had an unlimited research budget, I probably wouldn't do research. I'd figure out a way that I wouldn't have to do research, and I could just speed run all day or make Sudoku videos that no one will watch on YouTube.
All right, so it's 9:52. We haven't had a shot of so we didn't tell you guys this earlier because we didn't want to die tonight. But Eugene and I hang out occasionally outside of Twitch, and so we had a game hangout night when the families were out of town and no kids were around.
This was the night we played Fall Guys.
Oh yeah, the Fall Guys for the first time. And so we played video games and we drank a bunch. And we went to the liquor store and we said, what should we drink? And I have this weird habit of getting the weirdest drink possible. And so last time we went with this guy right here. It is Tequila Rose strawberry cream liqueur with a splash of tequila. And so it is...
What we didn't notice that it was a strawberry cream liqueur with a splash of tequila. We were expecting this to be like an actual drink, not...
Yeah.
Not the gross thing that it actually is.
So it's 15% alcohol, but we decided tonight we're going to drink some of this. So if you guys want to do the make us take a drink, we will do shots of this Tequila Rose strawberry cream. Oh, Sugar Bomb is right, with a touch of cough syrup. Oh, Misadventures redeemed. Take a drink. Eugene, are you ready for this? Thank you, Misadventures. Your internet points are well earned and well used. Oh, well, speaking of which, we should do another prediction because it's 9:53 and time is flying by.
Gotta stretch.
It's the hip. The old man hip.
It's actually that I'm short and my feet have been off the ground, so both my legs are asleep.
I mean, you could go shorter if you want.
I just did. This is why I feel like a turtle.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have strawberry cream liqueur. If you guys want to see the color of it, that is actually pink. That's not.
It looks like.
Cheers, sir. I hope you guys have also tequila rose strawberry cream liqueur in your hand. So cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a Wednesday night during the summer, hanging out, talking quantum mechanics, quantum computing, and beating Aladdin with a 216th fastest time.
You know, I wasted at least 2 minutes just on credit scenes, not pressing enter. I could have done better.
I mean, that's fine. But so with that said, you are 216th best in the world.
In the world. In the universe.
As far as we know. As far as we know. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations.
It tastes
Oh
like...
my God.
It does.
Cough syrup.
It's like strawberry milk cough syrup. Oh, that's not good. You know, I almost brought that cherry liquor stuff that tastes like cough, legit tastes like cough syrup.
Yeah, would that have been better or worse than this? It's better.
No, that really tastes like cough syrup. I went to a conference in Poland, and we went out. I still pretend I'm young, so I go out with the young people.
It's a mistake.
We went to this bar that only sold this crazy cherry liqueur, and so we drank a whole bunch of this stuff, and it was a fun experience. Fast forward, I'm at my dad's retirement community, and there's this Ukrainian American lady who has exactly the same drink, and she had made a whole bunch of different fruit flavors. She had cherry, blueberry, raspberry, strawberry. And then I saw her later. I was like, this is wonderful, and explained the Poland thing. And then I saw her at my dad's birthday, and she said, hold on just a second. And she brought me a bag. She disappeared and brought a bag back and said, here, there's some hooch in the bag. And it was a jar of this delightful cherry drink, which I made Ken drink the night that we bought this tequila rose stuff.
It was an excellent night, ladies and gentlemen. Fall Guys and tequila rose and cough syrup drink.
All right. We also watched 3 Body Problem that night.
We did. We watched the first episode. I still haven't gotten back to that. I feel bad. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're almost 2 hours into the stream. Ask a Scientist Gaming, mediocre gameplay, expert science, not so mediocre, 216th best in the world gameplay tonight on Aladdin. Eugene actually beating it without cheat codes. So that is a legit speed run. We'll post to the YouTube video if you guys want. It's going to be one of the weirdest, like a moderator has to watch our video.
For 39 minutes.
They're going to watch a 39-minute video. We're talking about quantum computing and Schrödinger's equations and all sorts of crap. So yes, put it on your CV.
I will put it on there when I get home tonight.
So we will count, not until it's official on speedrun.com, but I'll clip the video and send it to you so you can post it to Speedrun. But yeah, if you guys have questions about quantum mechanics and theoretical chemistry, quantum computing, Eugene is happy to answer those while we transition to the next game. What are we going to go to? What
next game?
Do you want to try this or do you want to?
I wouldn't mind playing something different. I could try Mario 2 again.
You want to do Mario 2?
Although I'd hate to replace my speed run for that because that's where we were talking about the marathon and the lady who gave me a potato.
We could recount that story again.
Just so what's a good intro textbook to theoretical chemistry? Well, I think most graduate students in theory would... Okay. It depends on how you define theoretical chemistry. There's people who are interested in biomodeling. There's people who are interested in quantum mechanics like me. There's some good textbooks on like general aspects of running calculations. So there's a Chris Kramer book. He was a professor at University of Minnesota, but he's left academia. And there's a...
What's the big, thick red one?
The big, thick red one is a textbook, Macquarie and Simon.
That's a good... That? Can I borrow that from you?
Yeah, I do have a copy of that. That textbook is very good for undergraduate, quasi-graduate level quantum mechanics.
I had that book at one point. I don't know where it went. I got to relearn.
The fun thing about that book is most of the good stuff is not in the chapters. It's in the problem sets after the chapters. Oh, so...
All right, we're going to move on to Mario.
Can I have another beer?
Before that, we're going to do a prediction. Are you sure you don't want tequila rose?
Porque no la dos.
All right, before Eugene starts Super Mario 2, we're going to put up a prediction right now. All right, if you're not following us, click the follow button. Join us on Ask a Scientist Gaming. You will get standard internet units, which we call our channel points, but also Huggy Beer, redeem, take a drink. Thank you, Huggy Beer. But yeah, we do predictions on this channel, but not game-related predictions. Instead, we're going to do science-related predictions. So Eugene came up with a few questions related to his expertise or his personal life, as it may be. The question we popped up right now is the cost to use IBM's quantum computer. Is it greater than $2,000 per hour or less than $2,000 per hour? This is basically if you want to rent time on IBM has a available, accessible quantum computer, any person can presumably can buy access, right?
Yeah, the number I got from their website today, so don't cheat.
Yeah, exactly. You're on Ask a Scientist Gaming honor policy, so you can't search the answer, you can't Google, can't chat GPT. What do you know about IBM's quantum computer and how much it costs to use it per hour? So if you want to rent time, what is the cost associated with that? If you're not following us, click that follow button. We got 19 viewers. Chances are most of you are following already, but if you're not, click the follow button. 1, you'll get notifications about future streams, but 2, you'll get 300 standard internet units that you can gamble directly on this question and then make us drink this goddamn terrible Rose cough syrup. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Huggy Beer, thank you. You're a terrible person.
So good. What could you do with it? Well, you could waste a lot of money is a good answer.
Nothing like smashing some pink cream.
Do you ever play games on your phone, like daily games? There's one called The Connections. Do you ever play The Connections?
Not daily games. I have like this fish strategy game that,
Fish strategy game.
Fishdom, yeah.
Well, there's probably.
Finish answering your question.
Anyway, there's The Connections is this thing where it's New York Times. They give you 16 phrases or words, and you have to put them in 4 different categories. And sometimes it's very easy, and sometimes it's very difficult. But sometimes they lay them out in a way that's confusing to you because you think different items should be grouped together just because they're next to each other. And one earlier this week had smash that like button as the top 4. Anyway,
that's awesome.
You should have said smash. When you said
Huggy Beer, you're a terrible person is my middle name. Thank you. Cheers. It's always a pleasure when you join us, Huggy Beer. All right, Eugene DePrince, are you ready for Super Mario 2? Tell me when you press start because I'm going to press the clock. Eugene's previous record time on this is 15 minutes and 28 seconds, and so he's going to try to beat his previous speedrun record, having not played this in 2 years. Probably the last time you were on stream.
That's exactly correct.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I'm clicking start. I don't know if it's going to go back.
So press start and then start again. Oh, all right, there we go. As soon as you gain control, that's it. Pick your character quick. Yep, 15 minutes and 28 seconds to beat Mario 2. Eugene is going to try to beat that, but he has to beat that with distraction of the audience asking questions about quantum mechanics, quantum calculations, theoretical chemistry, whatever it might be. Going back to Gohak, who said, is there a notion of quantum information or quantum numbers in theoretical chemistry?
A notion of quantum numbers.
I mean, quantum numbers are the just ML as MS... Right? Like, is that not? Nope.
Yeah. I mean, yes, there are a notion of quantum numbers. Why are you distracting me?
Because you're out
Wait,
here.
I can't remember what I'm supposed to do here.
You can ride that guy and jump up top and skip this
Too late.
part. All right, go through. Well, you can also clip through the floor here.
What?
The bomb. So up here, the speed run, they like drop you through the floor and you can get directly to the boss.
Oh, yeah, I'm not that fancy.
Fancy enough.
Nice.
Look at that. Nailed it.
Yeah, there are quantum numbers in quantum mechanics. So in Gen Chem, you learn there are 4 quantum numbers for the hydrogen atom: N, L, M sub L, and M sub S. And when you take the senior level quantum mechanics course, you learn that those correspond to the fact that the wave function for a hydrogen atom is an eigenfunction of the Hamiltonian, the L squared operator, the LZ operator, and the spin operator. Which means it has a well-defined energy, total angular momentum, and Z projection of angular momentum. All right, do you remember this one?
Oh yeah, you glitch and you get one and then get another. So.
Yeah.
Speed strats, ladies and gentlemen. So go back.
So I go over here.
Yep.
Come over here. I think I already took too long.
Go further back.
But this, I need the old one, so this I already messed it up. Okay.
You have to go further back, right, to respawn
Yes.
them? Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
You're about to see something great.
It's gonna be great. And then it goes fast. I don't know who figured out that glitch, but that's amazing.
Ah,
Oh, you can make it up to the top.
yeah, I know. That's the key.
Oh, can you make that?
I think. No. I think I needed.
So we go back. You want to
I don't
reset
know.
this?
Yeah,
run?
reset.
Reset the run.
Reset the run.
No one saw anything. Is he using a turbo controller? Princess is looking fast.
What's a turbo controller? I don't know what that means.
No, we're using a standard controller. Yes, reset. All right.
Okay.
All
You
right,
ready?
we're starting again. No
On
one
your
saw
mark.
anything.
Get set. Go.
All right. There we go.
Yeah, so there are quantum numbers. The problem is in most, so yeah, those are well defined for things like an atom or a linear molecule. But then yeah, beyond those simple systems, we don't really talk about quantum numbers.
Huggy Beer, we all had tequila rolls and forgot that. So no one saw you screw that up.
Nice.
You got this.
So
I guess you run faster if you're carrying something. Is that true with all characters?
that's true, and I think the best case is to use Luigi, not Luigi, the tall guy.
Yeah, Luigi.
But I can't. I'm not good enough, so. Yeah, it is Luigi. No, the Toad. Which is it? No, the Toad. The Toad is the best
Uncle
one.
Bill, redeem, take a drink.
All right, hold on.
Do we regret doing this?
No.
No, it's fine. It's only 15%. Oh.
Can I get in there?
Eugene and I committed to like ruining this bottle tonight, so we didn't the night we did Fall Guys marathon.
Would everybody like to know why? It's because it's terrible.
Nope. Did we forget the Aladdin record too? No, we didn't. We remember that. 216th fastest in the world. So Eugene, after this one, you got the shot.
Yeah.
Uncle Bill, thank you for redeeming using your standard internet units for evil. All right, cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Here's some cough syrup to you. Oh, this could be a rough night. It's fine. We got an hour left. How many more times can they redeem take a drink?
Don't give them ideas. Man. What's wrong with you?
Cheers, Contra. Oh, man, what's fun is tomorrow I have an interview at 1 o'clock with the local whatever NBC affiliate. They're doing a news story about apparently Tallahassee does this annual. Oh, you jumped way too early on that one.
How do I do this? Can we start over again?
Yep. Let's do.
Because this is crucial.
Yeah. No, this is like a 6-minute time save.
On your mark, get set, go.
So anyway, there's they do apparently an annual weather balloon launch or something like that, and they fill the balloons with helium. But starting this year and indefinitely, they're abandoning it or suspending it because the cost of helium, as well as conservation of helium, is becoming increasingly important. And so they wanted to interview somebody in chemistry about like what helium is, why it's inert, why it's hard to capture from the atmosphere. And so yeah, I'll be doing that at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So maybe while hungover, we'll see. So yeah, keep your eyes open for the local news channel talking about helium. Speaking of helium, you had a helium bond question for the audience.
I did?
Yeah. What was it? Why is helium stable in the gas phase or something?
Oh, okay.
You were going to do it as a prediction, but it was too, Misadventure, just go scoop some up from the sun.
That's such a great idea.
I mean, that's what's awesome about this is like helium is the second most abundant element in the universe, right? But on Earth, it's really hard. We don't capture it. We literally dig it out of the ground, which is a weird counterintuitive thing.
Oh, come on.
Do you know where helium comes
Oh,
from?
you didn't start the timer.
I didn't start the timer. That's fine.
It doesn't matter.
I can do it from the clock.
Let me just practice this thing one time.
Yeah. Why is it hard to manufacture helium? Well, the hard part is, and this is what I'll talk about in the interview tomorrow, is we don't make helium, right? We can't. Helium is an element of the periodic table. At least we can't make it on a cost-effective means, right? So short of discovering cold fusion that works really efficiently, we are not going to manufacture helium. So we have to harvest it from natural sources. The hard part is helium is a really light gas. It wants to go in the gas phase really, really easily. And so it dissipates into the atmosphere and we lose all the helium. So what we do to get helium is we dig it out of the ground. So uranium and tellurium that are in the core of the Earth that's causing the heat through radioactive decay also generates alpha particles. Those alpha particles pick up some electrons and they generate helium atoms. Those helium atoms get stuck in like the same pockets as natural gas. So when we dig out natural gas, a certain portion of that, like less than 5%, is actually helium. And so what we do is we separate helium from the natural gas, and that's how we get helium. And so if any of those helium pockets start to close or people stop mining that helium, then we have a shortage of helium. That's kind of where we are right now. So, fun detour on helium generation, and I thought you've done this.
I now know what to do.
You know what? All right, we're going to do it. We'll reset. Please tell me to do the clock, because I'm like
Okay.
3 strawberry tequilas in. So.
On your mark, get set, go.
All right, there we go. I'm worried when they mine all the helium, the Earth will get too heavy. Oh, Contra, that is great. If you don't mind, I might steal that tomorrow. The reason we don't want to use helium anymore is because the Earth might get too heavy, said the lunatic Ken Hansen, chemist. Oh. When we get fusion trucking along, that creates helium. Yes, if we use hydrogen as the source. I mean, you could theoretically do fusion with anything, but I think the most energy efficient or the most energy returning is using hydrogen and generating helium. Just scoop some out of the sun, which is pretty amazing. All right. The Earth will get too light. Speaking of which, Go Haku has a question. Know any good theoretical chemistry jokes?
I used to know some. Wait. I don't know. There's.
God, cheap scientist.
I used to know one, but all the
Welcome back,
good
cheap
ones are
scientist.
gone, or something like that. I used to know good chemistry jokes, but all the good ones are gone.
That's pretty good. Argon, get it? Inert gas. That's our theme. Oh.
All right. So my plan now is to let him come back this way, so I don't have to waste
so
as
you have
much
more
time.
distance. Yeah. Argon, get it? All right, cheap scientist is redeemed. Take a drink. What I want to point out to everyone is these are actually Mario-themed shot glasses from my wife and daughters. This one is actually a bullet bill, and Eugene has a Goomba. Can't actually see him on camera, but with bad guys from Mario. So, continuing the drink theme. Oh my God, we're gonna get so wrecked from this.
Oh, we have to drink another one?
Yeah, no. Cheap scientists, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making us drink again. All right, cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Eugene is going to beat this at some point. Did you do it?
I did it.
I didn't watch. So what was the key? You waited till
I waited till
right.
Yeah.
Speedrun strats. All right, if you guys have questions for Eugene, mess with him while he's trying to beat his previous record of 15 minutes and 28 seconds on Super Mario 2. Ask him quantum mechanics, quantum computing, whatever it might be. We should do another prediction. Which one do you want?
What's left?
Oh, we didn't choose the outcome of the other one. All right, Eugene, what's the cost to use IBM's quantum computer?
It's insane. It's $1.60 a minute.
Which translates to
I can't remember.
$5,760 an hour. So the answer is greater than $2,000 per hour to rent time on the IBM quantum computer.
$1.60 a minute. I hope you know what you're doing.
Just say, if anyone wants to use that computer for an hour, you can do it for $2,000 or $5,000 per hour. So what does one do? Like there's an application form and they say...
I have no idea.
Oh, you've never used it?
No.
But you looked at the prices?
I looked it up today for this.
Well, so we were debating as the FSU Quantum Institute whether we should buy a certain amount of time per year or something. It was like a $2 million.
So, yeah, someone had I don't know if it was, I think it was IBM, came and said, okay, you can give us $5 million a year to get some affiliate status, and then you'll have access to the quantum computers.
And that's unlimited.
And we were
access.
like, but they're not, no one at FSU can use them for anything. So why would we do that? That's a huge waste of money.
Yeah, that was the basic conclusion. Rent it and try to mine Bitcoin. Have you tried that, Eugene?
I haven't. Yeah. Your code should be debugged before you spend $1.60 a minute.
I mean, can you test it beforehand to know it'll actually work? Or is it just kind of blind?
I mean, there are emulators to...
Oh, look at that. Leet, you remember that sequence.
Boop.
There's emulators you can at least test it, but not on a true quantum computer.
Yeah. You bill me as a quantum computing expert. But...
You are, of the two people in the room right now, you are the foremost expert in the room, and presumably in chat, unless there's a quantum computing expert in the chat.
I confused myself.
Think how many water coolers you could get with that, Eugene. 5,000 an hour.
Yeah.
I want to see if
pretty
Dr.
good.
Eugene can beat the NARC record. We'll have to look up Eugene's previous NARC time. I think it was 25 minutes something, so he knows.
I'll be happy if I beat my previous time.
I think you will. You got it. Unless you guys want to make him take more drinks, because that would really...
I can tell that you guys have been redeeming these already.
How many internet points? Thankfully, they can't buy internet points, because this could get reckless really, really soon. Oh, Gohaku is redeemed. Take a drink. Oh, man. We regret this. Can we do a prediction on his result on NARC? Yeah, we can do that. Will he beat his previous time while we drink some cough syrup? Oh, all right, Eugene.
Oh, I can't believe I made it past that.
Yep, drinks are too cheap. Thank you. Well, this is just an incentive for you guys to watch us get smashed.
All right, guys. Here's the thing. I don't remember which one it is that I'm supposed to go down. Oh, I picked the right one.
Holy cow. Cheers to that. When Eugene gets a break, we'll redeem this one. So thank you, Gohaku, for making us drink. Wednesday night, I'm sure this is a fine idea.
Thankfully, it's the summer, and we all know that faculty members don't have to do any work in the summer.
Exactly. That's why we teach. Oh, Fantail for the win. Ugh.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
I think it was the one right after the snake.
Oh my god. I insist anyone that just bought us a drink, go out and find some Tequila Rose Strawberry. Find it at your Total Wine and Liquor. Where did we go? We found it at...
It's the liquor store next to the Publix.
Regrets. Gohaku has 8,000 points, 16 drinks they can redeem.
Please don't.
We won't survive that, Gohaku, as much as I appreciate you viewing us. Spend it on emotes or something. Oh my god. Huggy Beer's got 12k. Oh. Oh, what? I thought you could go through the animation there.
I also thought
because there's like a window where he can't hit you, right? Huh. All right.
That was still pretty skillful. I can't believe I died.
Gohaku, know any good theoretical chemistry jokes? You already got one. Argon, something.
Something about all the good ones are gone. I have no idea.
$5,760 per hour. I wonder, is that like a calculated maintenance cost? How do they...
No idea.
I'm genuinely curious where that number comes from. Because, I mean, when you have a one-of-a-kind thing like that, it's like people buying, you know, like Tom buying Californium from Oak Ridge. Like, those numbers aren't even meaningful at some point. 60 possible drinks here, Ken. Watch out, Huggy Beer, Cheap Scientist, and Gohaku. Oh, my God. We may die on stream tonight, Eugene. It will have been worth it.
Totally.
Actually, no. We only have so much Tequila Rose left.
Tell my children I love them.
Tell my children hello.
What?
All right. I'm going to do another prediction. Which one do you want? Do you want the Schrödinger or half marathon?
Half marathon.
Half marathon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a personal question about Eugene DePrince. Let me put this up there. If you guys aren't following us, click the follow button. One, because you want to get notifications about future streams. Well, why not? We're amazing. You can follow us and watch Eugene die on Mario 2. But also, you'll get 300 standard internet units that you can make us take drinks, or you can gamble them on science-related questions. And so we're going to pop up a question right now. In this case, not a science question, but instead a question about Eugene DePrince. And the question is, what is Eugene's best half marathon time? Is it greater than 80 minutes or less than 80 minutes? seconds. So those of you not familiar with marathon times, the world record for a half marathon is 57 minutes and 31 seconds. So the question is, Eugene, is he greater than 80 or less than 80 minutes? Is this one Googleable? Is this online?
Yeah, perhaps it's somewhere online.
Hey, Eugene.
This was like 2009.
Before the internet.
Yeah. I was roommates with Al Gore in college.
Have you seen the skip on this?
Yeah, you can jump over the top.
Have you ever tried it?
No, I'm pretty sure that's one where you need to be Luigi.
Oh, to get the height. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're no longer consulting for Google. Repurpose your time. It's fine. It's fine.
How embarrassing.
It's only going to take you 20 minutes to beat NARC, so you got 2 tries at this. All right. You guys have about 1 minute. What's Eugene's best half marathon time? I mean, you can Google this or be honor code Ask a Scientist Gaming. Is it greater than 80 minutes or less than 80 minutes? What I love about these questions is it's like, is Eugene going to brag or is he going to self-deprecate? Is he going to go high end or is he going to go low end on what his actual time is? So it is a personality judgment. You're focusing hard on this. Feeling the vendetta?
Oh, man. I haven't played this game in 3 years. It's all coming back.
Oh yeah, the wall. The fortress. You got three tall?
Yeah, I'm a coward.
No worries. All right, what do we know about Eugene? 10 seconds left. Eugene's best half marathon, greater than 80 minutes, less than 80 minutes. What is the answer? 5 seconds left. Nice. All right, Eugene, what is the answer? Best half marathon time?
83 minutes.
83 minutes, so it is greater than 80 minutes. Congratulations, anyone that picked greater than 80 minutes.
Did anyone think I did it in less than that?
4 people did.
Those 4 people, thanks for your faith in me.
I mean, but that's 3 minutes. I mean,
yeah, but
it's like 20 seconds per mile.
It's a 6:26 pace. That's not. It's already fast. I can't go any faster. I definitely can't currently.
That's fair.
The follow-up is, what is my marathon time for the 2024 Tallahassee? No, half marathon time for the 2024 Tallahassee half marathon.
We will not pop up that question, but the answer
is I did not run it because I'm old and I hurt my hip. So sad.
Huggy Bear, you've disappointed and I'll never trust anyone again.
I'm sorry.
I mean, was that like peak physical shape? Is that the fastest you think you'll ever do it?
There's no way I could ever. I was shocked that I did that. There's no way I could beat that.
I mean, was that training for that actual race, or was just a?
I just ran a lot.
And it worked out. Oh wow, Princess is only 1. I didn't know that.
She's only what?
It only takes 1 because she jumps high enough. All right, well, congratulations to anyone that got their 1.17 to 1 payout on Eugene's half marathon time. Man, they were a little skeptical on that. Over 80 minutes. That's still, how many percentage? Oof. Oh, that's 3 deaths? We out? No. You got a bunch of bonus lives. Oh, all right. Man, are there any other questions I need to ask you? We did some TV shows and movies. Ooh, here's a new one since you've been on the stream. If you could host any scientific figure, alive or dead, on Ask a Scientist Gaming, who would it be? You're the host, they're the guest. You get to ask them anything and make them drink tequila rose.
Scientific figure.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. Well, I'll be curious. One scientific figure and a non-scientific figure. Who would it be?
I'm such a boring person.
Why? What's your?
I can't even think of an answer.
No, like you could interview Schrodinger while he plays Mario.
He was a pedophile, apparently. So I'm not that
You
interested.
have interesting things to say.
I guess.
What? Anyone?
Dirac. He was apparently really weird.
Yeah.
Is that an exciting answer?
Prediction to earn 2 more drinks. No. Oh my god. Dirac's fair. Okay, so non-scientist. Wait, did you have an answer? I thought you had a non-scientist.
I don't have an answer.
Oh.
I'm just trying to beat this stupid.
See, here's the mistake. Eugene is one of the few guests that have actually tried to speedrun anything on stream, and it's a terrible mistake because we're like 5 tequila roses in, and...
Why did that kill me?
Oh, did you fall down without grabbing the ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Nice.
Now, am I supposed to go all the way to the end? I don't remember.
Is this one you can skip over because Princess...
What was my record?
In what? This game?
Yeah.
15 minutes and 28 seconds.
Not gonna beat that.
Oh yeah, this is the one, right? You can
Yeah.
flip through the wall. Is today the day you have a 2-player NARC run? Man, Huggy Beer, I've been trying to talk Eugene into playing NARC with me for like years now. I think we could do a 2-player world record, but you gotta stop consulting for Google and get time on your hands.
I think that time is coming soon.
Yeah. If you do that and get a few NARC runs under your belt, we can do a 2-player speed run.
Well, that will be exciting. Wait.
Misadventures has a suggestion on who you should interview. The fish you blood force killed with the axe.
I'm confused. Was this the place I was supposed to be in? I think I messed
don't
up.
remember where the clip is.
How do I still have 3 extra lives? Did you cheat?
No game genie on this one. I think you've just earned a lot of extra lives.
It can't be true.
You can, there's no reason to kill him, right?
I think I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. If this isn't the guy who has the key, then no.
No.
Where am I? I don't even know where I am. Where am I?
Oh no, is it stuck on 3 lives? I might have game genied it.
All right, let's start over.
Anymore. All right, so we're at 10:25. If you can beat it in 15 minutes, we have plenty of time for NARC.
I can't believe time flies.
Let me see. All right, we had infinite lives. Yeah, that wouldn't have counted anyway, so it's fine. I apologize. All right,
Oh,
go.
start
You're
over.
good. You're good.
I'm not ready.
No, we're gonna do it legit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Someone. Okay, you ready?
Go.
Mark, it's at go.
All right. There's the timer now. He doesn't have
Who
infinite
would I
lives.
interview?
Completely screwed that up.
Obama. No, Donald Trump.
You grill him with the hard questions.
Yep.
Man. You gonna open that can of worms on
No,
stream
I'm
after
not.
several shots? I mean, thankfully the alcohol content on the is low, but it is a...
It's a journey.
Obama, Trump, and Bezos.
Man, I'm mad at Jeff Bezos.
Why?
Why? I pay for Amazon Prime. Why are there commercials?
Which shows? I've ad blocked.
We just watched The Boys, and it starts with a commercial. It says, "This episode's brought to you commercial-free by some commercial." And I'm like, but wait, there's a commercial.
Define commercial free. Oh, man. All right. Trying to get back in the groove of this. All right. If anyone has science questions for Eugene, he's happy to answer them. Theoretical chemistry, quantum chemistry, calculating molecules accurately, how accurately we can calculate them. We have one more prediction we should pop up. You want to do that now?
Sure.
All right. All right, we're going to pop up a prediction right now. If you have internet points, now is the time to spend them. Gamble big, make us drink more, or gamble big and lose them all, tragically. So it goes. But we're going to put up a science question right now. If you're not following, click follow, use your points. Click the predict button at the top of your chat. And the question is, what's the largest exact solution of the Schrodinger equation that we can calculate in terms of exact answer, right? That's what we're going for here.
Hold on.
Reset?
Yes. So, what's the most complicated system for which you can determine an analytic solution to the Schrodinger equation?
Oh, Huggy Beer. Apparently you can pay for no ads on Amazon for $2.99 a month.
I already paid. for Amazon Prime. Why am I paying more?
Pay more.
Oh man, you did it perfect.
Yep, we're good. All right. What's the largest solution of the Schrödinger equation? So this is the equation that describes the wave function of a system.
Of a quantum mechanical system.
Quantum mechanical system. If you want to describe that wave function, use the Schrödinger equation. And so what exact analytical solution can we find? Is it for something as small as a 1 electron system, or can we do up to 10 electron systems? Exactly. Which is a weird particular question for a non-quantum chemist, but this is...
You brought a quantum chemist on your little
I'm
show.
talking about the people that are answering. It's not
I
you.
know.
The number of quantum chemists here are what, Justin? And maybe a postdoc of yours?
Justin only cares about water coolers.
Yeah. Where's Jay? He stopped by last time.
Oh, I don't know. Good question.
Yeah, but for $2.99, I could have yet another subscription with even more ads. And I hate what has happened to the internet.
Be more specific.
Oh, just the streaming sites. No, it's just back to normal
cable?
like cable. Like we were in the glory days for about 10 years of streaming.
But those 10 years were pretty great.
Yeah. All right, so Eugene, we got to split. What's the largest system we can calculate with an exact analytical solution of the Schrödinger equation?
Hydrogen atom.
1 electron.
Does that make you happy, sad?
I don't know. It's for the audience. I knew that answer was true because we can't calculate 2 electrons, which is astounding. Do you want to explain why that is?
Damn it, man.
Drinking
so
was
upsetting.
a mistake. Drinking was a mistake. So you can do it again, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. The reason is
Never get to NARC.
the reason is that it's just the math is too complicated to be able to find a closed form analytic solution for the Schrödinger equation once you go past 2 particles, 1 electron and 1 proton.
Oh, there you go.
What? Why are they right there?
Oh, beautiful.
So anyway,
Speed's grab.
yeah, so a hydrogen atom, isn't that sad? But then you can do numerical solutions to the Schrödinger equation and get very accurate answers for much larger systems.
You can get close enough, but
Close
not
enough.
exact.
Right.
Does that make you feel
So it's kind
bad?
of a silly trick question.
I mean,
Asking for the
how close
analytic
is
solution.
close enough for, like, the average viewer?
Well, we have this term in my field called chemical accuracy, which whether or not it's really accurate enough, but it's 1 kcal per mole.
That's good
Does,
enough.
does everybody know what a kcal per mole is?
What does that mean? We did that math for, like, EE and stuff like that. Something like that, right versus left-handed. It's less than that, right? To get a real answer?
I don't know what you mean by real answer.
Like in terms of predicting EE left versus right-handed.
Oh, do you need better than 1 kcal per mole
I don't
accuracy?
remember. I thought it was something like that. I think in nanometers and EVs. I don't know what kcals are.
Well, I think in Hartrees, so I usually have to go through Hartrees to get anywhere.
Misadventure said no.
Just
Your
no?
1 kcal answer is useless.
Thank you.
Well, could we frame this in terms of decimal points? Significant figures that you can do accurately.
No, because all the units are different. There's
Yeah.
627 kcal per mole in a Hartree. There's 27 EV in a Hartree. Don't ask me any other ones. Like, I can't do it anymore.
Alchemist coming in 1.4 kcal per mole for 1 to 10? 110? Uncle Bill, that throat clear suggests he needs more cough syrup. Uncle Bill has redeemed. Take a drink.
Thank you. This is perfect timing.
Oh, man. Ugh. I'll get it in there. There you go. There's your cough syrup. Oh, my God. We're like 3/4 maybe?
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Bill, thank you for redeeming. Take a drink.
I thank no one.
What the... Vestib redeemed Take a Drink. Do you know who Vestib is?
It's Debbie?
Debbie in the living room right now. My wife just redeemed Take a Drink. Thank you, Debbie.
She's driving me home. She's probably trying to make it worth it.
Exactly. You have to earn your ride. Oh my god. The Stib has something like 10,000 points too. It's bad. It's bad.
She must like your show.
Oh man.
Or she just logs in.
Well, it's on in there because the Stib serves as a moderator. Oh my god. Nope. Debbie, stop. This is going to be terrible. All right, Eugene. Another one.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. She just wants this drink out of the house.
But it tastes so good.
Oh man. That's divorce fuel right there.
Are you an angry drunk?
Stib, do you have any science questions you'd like to ask Dr. Eugene DePrince, who's an expert in quantum mechanics and quantum computing, and trying to play Mario 2 while drinking this terrible cough syrup-esque
So good.
tequila rose strawberry cream drink? Does it taste any better yet?
No.
I think no, it is not.
Better than what?
Better than it was an hour ago.
No.
Do you regret committing to this? Taking shots?
I regret that I only have one life.
Oh man.
And then I have to play NARC. Ugh.
Oh god, go Haku got one. Cheap Scientist added another one. We're finishing this bottle. Thankfully, this is only 15% alcohol, so it's not that devastating, but this is still pretty terrible. For me, I'm just chilling here, hanging out, talking with chat. Eugene's trying to focus and play Mario 2 well.
So hard.
I'm impressed you got that first try, though. All right, there's your next one.
I'm on it.
All right, so we caught up with Cheap Scientist
Dang it.
and Go Haku. I'm gonna time Vistib out. I'm gonna ban Vistib from the stream. I respect the gamer intensity. Yeah, no, that was something I loved back in the day when you were playing.
What is happening?
When you were playing like a 4-player LAN party, and like the game started, and everyone just leaned forward and like hunkered down into gaming position.
Gaming positions.
Exactly. Oh man, there we go. We haven't used that emote in a while. Does the stream everything you hoped it would be?
Had fun.
I love the speed run of this game. It is beautiful. Freedom of speech doesn't exist on Twitch, I guess. Hashtag FreeVistib. Glad to see Kenneth sobering up. I am not even remotely
Cheers.
close to sober, but we'll see how this goes. All right, we're at 10:36.
How much time do I need for NARC?
It depends. How good are you at NARC?
Not very.
So last time you got a 25. I'll look it up. Somebody wants to know this. We're going to do a prediction on it. We did all our predictions. Holy crap. Good on us.
Well, it's because you rejected half of mine.
Tell them what prediction you proposed. What was we submitted a paper recently.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's a fun question.
Here's a question for the audience from Eugene.
I'm a theoretical and computational chemist. So a lot of what we do is develop software to run calculations on molecules for whatever properties. And we submitted revisions on a paper today. It was calculating various properties of some metal dimers, copper, silver, and gold, with relativistic methods. And my question was how many CPU hours we used in the course of the project. So a CPU hour is one CPU core running for an hour. Does that make sense? So what do you think is a reasonable number?
No, but what was you had like assuming a certain basis and it was very detailed.
That was a different question.
Okay.
That was another one you rejected.
Okay, not this one. Apologize. How was I going to turn that into 42 characters for a...
You didn't tell me it had to be 42 characters.
I apologize. Alright, sorry, I'm going to...
Anyway, any guesses? Did we use, I don't know, 1,000 CPU hours? 10,000 CPU hours? 100,000 CPU hours? For one project?
Oh, man.
Nobody cares. 730 hours would be a month. You know what? That makes this an even more depressing statistic. We used more than 100,000 CPU hours for this project.
Wow. Are you counting each core?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that? So you run? It's additive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we develop. Part of what we do is develop codes that can run on like giant DOE supercomputers.
You said 100,000?
Yeah.
Oof. So if you wanted to do that on a quantum computer, it was $5 billion.
Yes, right. Something like that.
That would have been a fun one. How much would it have cost?
I'm gonna write an
So running many instances of those single cores.
No, it's not just many instances. It's some calculations you can do in parallel. Like matrix multiplication is something that can be done in parallel, and a lot of quantum chemistry is just matrix multiplication. So it's one calculation doing one task, but you have many different CPU cores doing small parts of that task.
Oh yeah, Uncle Bill has the equation here. CPUs times hours equals CPU hours.
Yes.
It's pretty straightforward.
So that basically means a lot of times we'll run a calculation on, like, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 CPU cores, and it might take an hour or two. And that would be a 10,000 hour calculation. How fun. I wish I knew how much electricity we used, how much carbon.
Your carbon footprint
Yes.
for calculation. Wait, somebody asked that question. Who was it? Because it was like an ironic question where he said, if you want to do a simulation of climate change or some kind of like global,
Yeah,
how it
you must
changes it.
contribute to climate change.
Exactly, like it's like the equivalent of 100 cars or something ridiculous like that. I don't remember the exact number, but that's intense. Have you tried solar panels?
Oh, don't die.
What's the speedrun record to compute the calculations? I mean, that's what you do, right? Like benchmarking and comparing methods. And
Yep.
is there like a speedrun leaderboard of computational chemistry?
No, but there's always a paper I cite when I talk about the largest calculation of a specific type. So people know what the biggest calculations are.
I see. Oh, look at that. Spike kills.
It's really out of fear.
All right, so we are at 10:41. If you guys have any questions, our guest tonight, Dr. Eugene DePrince, he's an expert in theoretical chemistry, quantum mechanics, quantum computing, also playing some Mario 2. We're going to get to some NARC later, but right now we're going to try to round out speedrun here. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, should I quit this?
How late are you willing to stay up?
One NARC run?
I looked it up, and your previous NARC record is 26 minutes and 43 seconds. I want to say the second time playing, you could do this in 20 minutes. So if we start now, you're done at 11.
Okay.
How close are you to the end of this?
This is the... I can't remember. Is this the last level? I think this is the last level.
Oh, we got to figure out how to do this part, though.
It'll come to me.
Do you need another shot? Because I'm sure somebody...
Yeah, then it will definitely come to
You
me.
need some liquid courage to do NARC?
Yes, totally.
Oh, man. Speaking of speedrun records, banned by Gaussian, is that still a thing?
I don't know.
So explain to people what banned by Gaussian is, why that was... Oh, God.
So there's a... Did we get one?
We got two.
There's this... Okay, so... quantum chemistry...
Oh, we're coming to the end.
I remember the last time I was here, I spent like 5 minutes doing this.
But if you get it once, it saves you like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah. Also, I don't know how to beat the level without doing this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the last of the cough syrup right there. You did it. Thank you.
We did it.
Ripped a little bit. That's fine. God. It's fine. So what are you just clipping at the wall here? That's the thing?
Ah! If you go up too high... There must be a trick that I just don't know. And sometimes I happen to do it.
Yeah, there's some kind of visual cue of where you should be.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. So you clip into the wall and jump, is that what it is?
I guess. I don't even know what I just did.
So you go all the way to the right.
You go all the way to the right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the problem. I went down that one before.
And then he has the, yeah, there's the key one. Then you have a little font. Oh, no, that's right. Woo. We're doing it, ladies and
Take
gentlemen.
my time.
Oh yeah, the boss. You have to fight
Alright.
the head. I mean, shout out to Eugene. You're going to beat 3 games tonight. 2 of them without cheating.
Which one am I cheating on?
NARC. And this is it. This is the final boss.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this, Eugene. I don't know what emote I use right now. Say gold? Maybe some bugs? Some NARC bugs? Does that help you in any way?
Yes, narc bugs help.
When was the last time you played video games for 3 hours?
3 years ago when I was on this program.
And then you were forced to. Oh, how many lives do you have?
I think 0. This is it.
This is it. This is all or nothing.
This is for all the marbles.
You're also co-champion of the Tequila Rose Bowl. Thank you, Augie Beer. No regrets. I'm so glad we bought this. I don't... Oh. The Tequila Rose Bowl. Should I get this for every guest from now on?
Yes.
I'm like, oh, you don't drink? Tough. This is part of the stream. Man. So Ben watched at least the start of the stream. I think he's more or less intimidated to go on.
I'm sure he'll do great. I think you have to hit this stupid idiot like 6 times. What was my
So
pre-
what's your over under on this game? 15 minutes and 28 seconds?
Oh,
Yeah, so you're way beyond it. You're like 2 minutes slower than last time. Oh, there it is. No, one more.
I'm gonna throw up from the tequila sunrise.
It's not even the alcohol, it's like the cream part of it. It's just thick. Don't worry, you got one more left. Was that it? I think you got to enter the door. $18.05.
Not bad.
Not your best. I think it's your best taking like 5 shots of
I got
whatever
it.
this is.
Yeah. I should qualify it. There needs to be a specific.
Cheers.
I already drank mine.
Well, we did it, ladies and gentlemen. This bottle is officially empty. Thank you for getting this out of my household. Thank you, Debbie, if you're still watching. You are part of the solution.
Am I allowed to go to the bathroom?
You are before your NARC run.
Yes.
Yes. We'll run a little long, but we're gonna hang out and do the next one. In the meantime, I mean, we got 20 minutes left in the stream, plus or minus. If you guys have questions for Eugene, put them in chat. But also, if you have people's suggestion we should raid, please ask those now. So Eugene's previous time, I'm actually going to show you guys. You can see it right now. Let's move that off screen. Go to this one. I don't know if you guys can actually read these times or not. It might not be high enough resolution, but Eugene's previous time was 26 minutes and 43 seconds, which puts him in 38th place out of 69 guests that have done the stream. Some of them are repeats, so on and so forth, but yeah, Vistib redeemed trick. We don't have anything left, Vistib. But yeah, Eugene had a 26:43. What should we put as his over-under? Let's, what do you think? 20 minutes? I mean, second time around, people who typically do well, like Rob Lazenby dropped to 17 minutes. You can see Justin Kinnemer went from like 38 to 19 minutes. So what do you mean? 20 minutes puts him in the top 14. Any suggestions on the over-under? All right, Eugene, I was just showing them the scoreboard. So there's your previous 26 minutes and 43 seconds. I do want to point out that your wife, Bridget DePrince, did it in 25 minutes.
So that's my goal.
Seconds.
Okay.
No, what's the over-under? 26. You've had like 12 shots of tequila rose, plus mediocre Mario 2 gameplay, plus 3 beers. What do you want to do? 20 minutes?
Mediocre. I beat it.
20 minutes?
Sure, 20 minutes.
Huggy Beer said 23 minutes.
That seems like a good compromise. 23 minutes.
22 minutes. How about that?
Okay.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your predictions in now. How long is it going to take Eugene to beat NARC? NARC, the game we close every stream with. You have 2 minutes to make your predictions right now. I'm going to go back to NES.
Fun fact, I don't know which system this is for. Which
It's the original Nintendo.
Okay. I have too many remotes
All right.
here.
Ooh, there we go. All right. So,
What's the world record?
any false starts by Eugene? No, we're not going to restart this one. This is all or nothing. Mostly because it's 11 minutes to 11 o'clock and we want to get some sleep tonight because we got to do super important things tomorrow. All right. So this wasn't here last time you were here.
Oh, that's the real thing.
Yeah, no. So I have an original cartridge for the NARC game. Oh, look at that. The yellow got all green screened. Weird. Anyway, we're going to hear the lore behind NARC so you can know what you're playing and what you're winning for the second time around. You are Max Force. Your mission: bust Mr. Big and destroy his dreaded criminal empire, seize all contraband, stolen money, illegal weapons, and use rocket bombs, high-powered machine guns, apprehend all suspects, protect the innocent, punish the guilty, and stop at nothing. So that is the lore.
I'm in.
Oh,
Will you
Rocket
tell me
Stage
what to
is on.
do?
That's fun. Yeah, I'll tell you what to do, but not yet. We got to wait for people to make their predictions. So the question is, how fast will Eugene beat NARC? So his previous record was, what was it?
26 minutes?
26 minutes. So this is the second time around. He's had a little bit of practice 2 years ago and hasn't seen the game since then. But you guys saw his Mario 2 gameplay. Keep in mind, he's had, how many shots of this have we had? 10?
More than a rational person would have. in one
Like
day.
7 shots of tequila rose plus 3 beers. We are not sober playing video games on a Wednesday night. Is it going to take him greater than 22 minutes or less than 22 minutes? Split decision here. All right, you have 10 seconds to put your predictions in. All right, Eugene, are you ready?
Just say no.
Just press start whenever you're ready. Walk right, find doors. That is your game.
Where's the timer?
Right here. You want to see it?
Oh, yeah.
You want the pressure?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
On your mark. Get set. Go. You didn't click start.
No, it's not until you hit the ground. So when you gain control of the character. Misadventures, thank you for the bits. Thank you for joining us as always.
Boom.
Your support is great. It helps our drinking habit. Bullets slow you down. Jump over them. Work on your tap, jump, rockets. So you can practice the tap, jump, rockets. So that's the main thing. Doorway right there. Go through. Is your stream lagging? I don't know. Is it? Let me see. No, it says the connection's excellent, so I don't know. Bitrate is not showing anything. Hopefully it's okay for you guys. Seems okay. Go Haku, I'm sorry your internet sucks. Eugene is in serious mode right now, so if you guys want to mess with him and ask any science questions, now is the time to do it.
I just punched one of those guys in the face. That was pretty cool.
One bet against Eugene. That's great. So here's the ratio. 5 people said less than 22 minutes. 1 person said greater than 22 minutes, but the 1 person that said greater outbet the rest of them.
Oh, man.
That 1 person.
I will take you to the cleaners. You're going down.
That 1 person was so confident you're going to fail at this 22-minute time limit. Oh, cheap scientist redeemed request a factoid. Eugene.
I don't have factoids.
I warned you. Have these ready.
Where do I go?
factoid?
Am I just
Give
going
us
to the right? Factoid.
Oh, here's the best part. Chief Scientist was also the one that said it's going to take you more than 22 minutes that also redeemed a factoid.
Okay.
They're messing with
Factoid.
Yep, what's your factoid?
Did you know that the bitwise XOR operator forms an abelian group? Does that count?
Explain those words to average human beings.
So in quantum mechanics,
Before you dive into that, do you remember this one? So
No.
you got to shoot the guys wearing black with bullets at close range. Bullets, so hold the
yeah.
blue card. Go through the door. Ooh, that's a good RNG right there.
Did I do it?
Yep, go get the card slot. Then you go. Perfect. Contra. Those were words.
So in quantum mechanics, there's integrals everywhere. You guys know what integrals are? You have to-
We'll assume integral. It's
a math thing, yeah.
Yeah, summon stuff.
and integrals are annoying. Nobody wants to evaluate integrals. So if an integral is 0, you don't have to evaluate it. So it sure would be nice to know if an integral is 0 ahead of time. And it turns out in a lot of cases you can know an integral is 0 based on symmetry. Take that. So for example, Ken, do you know what an even function is versus an odd function?
No,
Really?
maybe.
So an even function is something where the function is the same when you plug in x or minus x. So like a cosine of x is an even function. And an odd function is the function is the negative of itself if you change the sign.
Jump in the car.
Yeah, you don't care.
Stay on the bottom. Sorry, we got stuff to do. All right.
You told me to stay on the bottom.
That was as far as you were getting unless you memorized this level. Keep walking right. Sorry. All right. Even odd functions.
No
go.
one cares about any of this.
No, they want you to explain it. They're messing with your gameplay. Go right, explain quantum.
So this isn't even quantum.
Oh, yeah,
so
this
then
is math. Fine,
turns
explain
out-
math.
it turns out the integral of an odd function over all space is 0. And there's a generalization of that. What do I go
Jump
over
over.
this?
Yep. Tap. Perfect.
There's a generalization of this in group theory, which is a class Ken teaches, but he apparently doesn't know any of the things I'm saying.
I remember this one.
Where there's things like even and odd, but there's more options that are even or odd. So you can know if an integral is 0 or not. Anyway, what started this? Bitwise exponent. This is why
your factoid.
This is why
There's an abelian operator.
This is why I haven't been invited on this stream for 3 years.
I feel like I need more tequila rose to follow. Oh, maybe.
Does anybody else drive farther than this on the bridge than I did?
Did you get in another car?
No? Is there another car?
Yeah, there'll be another car. No, that's how far you get in the car. But there'll be another one here. It'll give you some distance. Ooh, you remember the squad shoot. Look at that. Oh, man. You chose that factoid. You brought that.
Yeah, anyway, bitwise XOR is, none of this matters.
Here's an easy one. Oh, jump in the car.
Jump, I'm jumping.
Stay in the bottom. Go up. It'll get you a little extra distance. There's going to be bombs. They'll go up. Up. Okay. You lost a little bit of time there. It's fine. Your time's not bad right now. All right. Here's an easier one. I have a question. How is Eugene with Street Fighter 2? Did you play any of the fighter games?
I haven't played that in a very long time. I'm great at Street Fighter 2.
Did you play fighter games?
I remember Chun-Li
Yeah.
and Ken, of course.
Of course.
Ken, did you remember Ken?
I was more of a Mortal Kombat player, actually.
I remember Mortal Kombat
2 was my go-to.
Was that where Baraka was introduced? Oh man, I watched the Mortal Kombat. You know, I said whatever movie I see is the greatest movie. Mortal Kombat. I watched that recently. The new Mortal Kombat movie.
Stay on the bottom. The new Mortal Kombat movie.
It's pretty
Excellent.
good. Yeah.
No, that was fun. It won't beat the original though. The original had such superb camp. It was amazing. The weebs outed themselves when they like Ryu more than Ken. Fair. Contra, Toasty, they played some Mortal Kombat too.
Toasty.
Toasty. That's a pretty spectacular one.
Yeah, I remember trying to go away, clown.
Little puppy. I think I made this joke last time Dr. DePrince was on. I have a theoretical degree in chemistry.
Yeah, I'm a chemist in theory.
I have some theoretical friends. Get it? No?
Do I have infinite lives?
Yes. And infinite bullets and infinite rockets. Go all the way to the end, last door.
Ah, the adult bookstore.
JTP, the design in the original Mortal Kombat movie is amazing. Okay, so grab the card, go up, but don't go up too far.
You want me to go to the door?
Yeah, go in the door, but don't keep pressing up. Go left. Silver safeguard. JTP, out of curiosity, how old were you when the original Mortal Kombat movie came out?
The movie? I
Yeah.
don't even know.
When was that?
I was probably in middle school when Mortal Kombat the game came out.
The original.
I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2 at the skating rink,
Oof.
of all places.
That's
And I don't know what to do. I go in this door?
Yep, go left. You're gonna shoot the Rambo-looking guys with bullets, but do it at close range. So they're gonna run at you, shoot them with bullets, no, close range. Let them come towards you a little.
Why?
Because it's something about the hit detection, like if they're too far away, you don't get a card drop. There you go. All right, green card, go. That was speedrun strat, look at that. All right, sorry to catch up on that one. So JTP said the original Mortal Kombat set design was amazing. Cuddle Puppy followed with, it's too bad the cinematography, acting, editing, and directing were terrible.
Those are pointless details.
Okay, so that movie came out in 1995. Good guess, Misadventures, with 95-ish. It was exactly 1995, and Justin was -5 years old.
Oh,
Do you feel old?
sometimes.
That's one of your grad students.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he finishes.
JTP, none of the opinions expressed during the stream are representative of FSU
Oh, I got
or
hit
the
by a
chemistry
car.
department at Florida State University. All right, go through the door.
Is this Mr. Big?
No, keep going. You'll go to the right. There'll be doors at the end. You have the keys for all these doors. I was live, unlike some people in chat. Okay, Zoomer versus Okay, Boomer. Just need Zoomers to Gen Z to vote this election cycle. Man, did you see that? I don't know if you guys are familiar, but Florida has 2 constitutional amendments on the ballot coming November. One is for
Do I have the card? I have the card.
codify. Yeah, you have it.
But I'm
Codify
dead.
abortion in the Constitution. The other one is to legalize recreational marijuana, and they need 60% to pass. Did you see the recent survey?
No.
It put medical marijuana at 66% and put abortion at 69%.
And what do they need? Sorry.
60%.
Oh, nice.
So they might pass, which should be absolutely incredible. Sorry to show my bias on stream, but sounds about right. Yeah, no, it turns out those are popular opinions, along with most other things we don't get from political decision making. But I'm 12 drinks of tequila rose, and I'm going to go back and
That
actually
number
count.
is misleading, though.
What?
They're not real drinks.
Are you sober right now?
No. But I haven't had 12 shots of tequila.
Oh, Go Haku has one. Do you remember the friendships and babality moves from Mortal Kombat?
I remember these things existed, but I don't remember.
Man, that was really early internet where you could look them up. Like, that was
Yeah.
one of the first things I remember looking up in video games. That and, like, Zelda, the maps, you could see a map for the first time.
Man, I was thinking about this earlier today. I was trying to think about what games I could buy on the... Whoops, did I kill one of my compatriots?
Animality, yeah. The dragon, when Liu Kang turns into the dragon, that was spectacular.
Anyway, I've been trying to think about, do I have to worry about that guy?
Rockets. Wheelchair guy with rockets. So kill everything on screen. Nice use of rockets. So kill a couple blue guys, then he'll appear again. Right now, after you kill that guy. There you go. Tap it. You're tapping it too hard. There you go.
But he left.
Less than 7 frames. 7/60ths of a second you have to press it. Oh, there you go. That's one.
One what?
Kill him like that salmon.
Which button is the axe?
Well, okay, so we're sufficiently drunk right now. Eugene has hammered a salmon with an axe. Now you have to recount again your story about the marathon running and the lady giving you food.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this is amazing. Nintendo
miss
Power Magazine, excellent stuff.
Yeah, so I ran a marathon. Okay, how many times do I have to kill this
3.
guy?
One more.
This is stupid.
I don't know, you're
Get off
flying.
me, dog.
You're doing well. Marathon story.
Yeah, so I've only run one marathon. It was the Chicago Marathon.
Oh, there he is. Okay, stand right there. He'll drop a gold card. Get through the door.
Give me the card.
Go. Go.
My goal is to qualify for the Boston Marathon, and at the time that I needed a 3:10 marathon time. And I was on pace for that for like, I don't know, 19 miles. And then my calf started to cramp up, so I kept stopping to stretch. And then I was in Chicago has a bunch of neighborhoods, different ethnic neighborhoods, and people speak different languages.
Go to the top of the screen. Jump rocket.
Oh, right. Ugh.
Get away.
I'm trying, Ken.
You got this.
I don't want to tell the story, man.
No, you can do it after. It's fine.
Why won't the
You're
rockets
pressing
go?
a little too hard because he's not shooting a bullet. You're just holding it slightly too long. Oh. It's close. A little too hard. It's an intense moment, ladies and gentlemen.
What? Am I not hitting it at all?
A little late. This is the big one. This is the time sink that gets everyone. This is Adam Dewan, our current leader in NARC. He got this basically first try, which is absolutely insane. You're at 13 minutes and 20 seconds right now. If you get him down in a reasonable time, you're going to be doing okay. All right, Nintendo Power was awesome. I remember the Earthbound edition came in scratch and sniff stickers. Do you remember Nintendo Power?
Yeah.
That was one of the few that gave you tips. If anyone finds a Nintendo Power issue with NARC, I would love to have it. So yeah, let me know. I'm happy to buy it off you. Nobody covered NARC in Nintendo Power. Oh no. Did Nintendo Power have posters
I don't
or was that
understand.
Playboy magazine? It was both, turns out. Nintendo Power had like big maps that folded out and stuff like that. GamePro magazine, Electronic Gaming Monthly. It's close. A little later, that was close. Everything had posters in the 90s, absolutely. Did you have posters in your room?
No, I didn't. Stop
None?
talking to me.
None? No posters?
I don't think I had any posters.
Oh, so close. Get higher up. There you go. Yeah, I remember seeing like it was a Nintendo Power. I don't know if it was in the original issue, but when Nintendo Power showed the map of Zelda 2, it blew my mind. The amount of time I had spent playing that but not knowing the whole surface was crazy. A little earlier on the rockets. Last minute questions for Dr. Eugene DePrince. He's trying to focus. You can mess with his focus right now, particularly if you were the one that voted for greater than 22 minutes. You can really get him off his gameplay with some science-related questions. Quantum mechanics, theoretical chemistry, Schrodinger equations, quantum computing. Ask him about abelian operators.
How was that not right?
Does the rocket have a one-frame window? No, the rocket has, it's interesting, it has a 7-frame window, but if you take the 8th frame, it doesn't shoot anything. And then the 9th frame, it does bullets. And so anything beyond 9 frames of pushing does bullets.
I've shot him in the face like 100 times.
JTP wants to know, why does Sci4 not automatically turn on guess mix for UHF/UKF?
That is a great question. And you know what? I told both of you that you needed to set that, and you didn't do it.
So they have nearly a quarter a second window? No, it's 7/60ths of a second. So 7/60ths.
Can you please explain to me what I'm doing wrong?
No, it's that. You just got to do that. Just hit him slightly higher. Slightly higher. Hit it earlier. Ooh, a little later. You gotta hit him in the hat. You're not hitting him in the hat. I don't write the rules of this game. This game is 60 FPS, so you have 7 frames to do the rocket.
How is that not
was
in his
close.
hat?
He might have been too close to you, unfortunately. Okay, turn around. Too late. Oh, there it is. Okay, rocket to the face. Rocket to the face.
I'm trying.
Do that, but better. Have you tried Misadventures advice? Let him get a little closer. Screen. What the heck? There we go. All right, run away. Middle of the screen.
I remember this one.
All right. Turn back. Bullets. Move up and down. Oh, man. We're close, ladies and gentlemen. Shoot him like a Mega Man boss is good advice by Go Haku. Serious question. Besides running half marathons and solving Sudoku, what does Dr. DePrince do for fun?
That's basically it. I also have 2 wonderful children, and I have a pool, so almost every day I get in the pool with them, which is fun.
You guys go swimming every day?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Swimming.
Just like at the end of the day.
And like it doesn't even have to be it doesn't even have to be for very long.
Oh, that's another one. Okay. Turn it back again. Man, these hitboxes are stupid as hell. Alright, suggestions on people we should raid. Rocket Sage was one of them. Mahoodles is on. That's fun. I don't think we've ever raided Rocket Sage. But she's one of the original founders of the Knowledge Fellowship. If you guys are curious, the Knowledge Fellowship is like this collective of educational related streamers, of which Uncle Bill, who was on chat earlier, was involved with. So yeah, they're worth checking out. You just Google the Knowledge Fellowship. I haven't updated my link, but
How is he not dead?
I don't know. Maybe slow down your up and down movements a little bit. It's basically when he like goes down is the only time you can shoot him. Oh, there it is. That's one.
Get off of me.
Oh, is this what you wanted to be doing after like 12 rings? He's close. He's so close. Kissing Gorami. What is that?
I got another one. Oh, he loses a vertebrae each time. I see. Give me your...
That's it. No, go. Find the door.
Is it on the right?
Yep. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Keep going. You're going to go right. Civil forfeiture the level. Don't grab the gold. It's a distraction. Get to the door. $19 and 35 seconds.
Did I win?
Did you win?
What was the prediction?
Less than 22 minutes. You cut 6 minutes and some change off your time.
Did I beat my wife?
You did. As long as you beat your wife, it counts as a win. So where does that put you on the spectrum of...
How was my time so bad last time?
19 minutes and 35 seconds. So if you guys want to see, not browser, let's do HD 60.
Oh, Justin beat me? I need to come back.
So your previous time was 26 minutes and 43 seconds. What is it? What did you add? 1935. Oh, you're top 12.
I can do better.
It's the end boss. The end boss is what gets you. Well,
That stupid bridge.
now you can put your initials in, and you can make it official.
Okay.
My faith in humanity is redeemed. Thank you, Huggy Bear, for having faith. Believers took the win on that one. Congratulations to all you that said less than 22 minutes. Eugene DePrince beat it in 19 minutes and 35 seconds. You feel like you're satisfied?
I am.
Next time, you're going to speedrun NARC. We're going to do 2-player world record.
I am.
Let's do it. Oh, let's do it. All right. Well, we're a little past 11 o'clock. It's actually 11:12 right now. It's getting a little bit late, but thank you all for joining us. It's been an awesome stream. It's been a lot of fun talking quantum computing, quantum mechanics, going all over the place from abelian groups to...
We didn't even finish that conversation.
No, nor did it matter.
Far too technical.
But thank you for making us drink this tequila rose strawberry cream. We highly recommend this to anyone. It was delicious. Everyone should drink it. Eugene, any parting words for the audience?
Don't do drugs. Just say no.
That's it. Nothing more.
It's NARC themed. That's it.
Oh,
Stay in
livers and
school.
shambles. Thank you, Huggy Beer, Couple Puppy, Misadventure, Go Haku. Thank you all for joining us. We're gonna raid somebody. We'll see who it is. I think if Rocket Sage is still on, we'll do that one. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending some time with us, asking questions. 2 weeks from now, July 3rd, day before July 4th, that'll be Wednesday. 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have Ben Yang on, who's another theoretician, but he does computational chemistry, in particular looking at energy storage materials. He does battery materials and amorphous battery materials and trying to model those, particularly with machine learning and like big data processing and things like that. Actually, you might know Ben's stuff better than I do. Anything to add on Ben's expertise?
Nope. He does calculations on interesting systems.
It's
Battery materials, fun stuff.
It's very unlikely that Ben and I will be drinking tequila rose. So yeah, this will be a one-time thing for us taking shots, but we appreciate you guys joining us. Yeah, stick around. We'll raid some kind of educational streamer, but thank you all. Pick up some tequila rose. Join us next time in a couple weeks. It's been fun. Until then.